Montana State fan. I'd like to welcome in my partner, Irv Brown, this afternoon. And Irv, let's talk about Montana State. We saw them a week ago. Offense very explosive, and they have perhaps the most dangerous weapon in the league in Travis Lulay.
Well, you better account for him. Travis Lulay can throw. Travis Lulay can run the draw. We've seen that. He can scramble. Plus, he's the most exciting kicker. He's run out to his right and kick the football. This guy is the real deal. Now, we saw him last week against Idaho State. He really throws the ball effectively. I think he's going to play for money one day. There's a lot of different leagues. You saw what he did right there. And there's the run. Once again, you better spy him a little bit or you're going to be in serious trouble. This guy might be the best player in this league.
You know, he's always dangerous, but 2 weeks ago he got the return of this man, Rick Gatewood, and in 2 games, Gatewood has piled up 19 receptions.
Well, it's good to get him back for Mike Kramer because he's got a good pair of hands. He can run after the catch. He knows how to play football, and this is a good football team. We've been impressed with him. We've seen him a bunch in the last 2 years, and I like the way they play ball.
All right, let's talk about Weber State. Their offense not too shabby itself, and they've got an emerging quarterback in Ian Pizarro. He's awfully tough.
Well, he's the most underrated quarterback in this league. He never gets enough credit, in my opinion. Threw for 376 yards last week against Montana. No one goes in there and does that. That's a tough place to win. He's a good football player. He's a student of the game, and Ron trusts him. Here's his receivers, Mitch. Now, he uses another one, King, too. But Jackson and Larson are very effective. Larson's probably the better of the three, most reliable. But this is a pretty good football team, and they've got a new spirit here with Ron McBride. They love having the guy.
Well, Weber State pretty good against this team in the state of Utah. They are 11-10 all time. Let's see if that trend will continue this afternoon. We'll step aside. We'll take a quick timeout. When we come back, the fans are ready. The players are ready. We're just about ready. It's Big Sky football next on Altitude.
Their seafood selection has been really outstanding.
It's fresh, and that's the main thing.
People love the meat and seafood they find at King Soopers.
This will be the first place I shop for it.
They have really good fish. I buy salmon here often.
Alaskan king crab legs.
Our favorite.
Our favorite.
The people are very friendly. Fantastic. Everybody's very helpful, very nice.
Oh, the service is wonderful.
They do whatever they have to do to make me happy, which is why I keep coming back.
King Soopers, market fresh every day.
Hey, babe. Want to watch a little TV?
Only if you promise to aimlessly flip through the channels till you find that obscure Western that started 19 minutes ago that I don't want to watch. So I grab for the remote, causing a tussle that ends with my best porcelain poodle in pieces.
No, I was thinking we'd try On Demand.
Huh.
If you have Comcast Digital Cable, you have On Demand with thousands of free movies and shows that start instantly. Satellite can't give you that. Call now for this great offer.
Employee pricing is all. Save time, shop online at factoryfords.com. Select from one of Denver's largest inventories, find out just how much Ford family pricing will save you, and do it without leaving your home or office at factoryfords.com. Shopping at factoryfords.com, a division of Siltar Ford, associates you with the only 10-time winner of Ford Motor Company's President's Award for exceptional customer satisfaction. Don't wait, inventory. Check out factoryfords.com today.
People everywhere are experiencing a breakthrough. Fullness from a value menu.
Please. Thank you. I have an announcement. I'm full!
Taco Bell's Big Bell Value Menu, featuring the half-pound beef combo burrito with double the beef. To keep your stomach and your wallet full, think outside the bun.
Habs fans, are you ready for the new NHL season? Gear up for the game with the Colorado Avalanche season preview. Get to know new faces. See how the Western Conference is changing.
Now I feel our division could be as tough as anybody.
Learn about the amazing giveaways and look back on some of the greatest moments in Avalanche history. Don't sit on the bench. Get in the game with the Colorado Avalanche season preview. Tonight at 5, only on Altitude.
Big Sky football on Altitude Sports and Entertainment is brought to you by Siltahar Motors, 5 great brands, 1 convenient location. By Pizza Hut, gather round the good stuff. And by King Soopers, our people make the difference. Good look right there, Montana head coach Mike Kramer, now in his 6th season. He's done himself a pretty darn good job, and more importantly, Irv, he's off to a very good start this year.
He's a good coach.
His teams are physical. The kids like him. He's done a terrific job up there, one of the winningest coaches in Big Sky history.
Well, we want to take a look at our Lexus key differences to the game, and we'll start with the new man in charge here at Weber State, Ron McBride. He says they got to take care of the football.
We need to create an extra possession somewhere in the game, either in the kicking game, do something, get a turnover, do something to give us an extra shot to keep them off the field. Try to keep the quarterback off tempo, you know, and disrupt his sequence a little bit. And the execution of the offense has to be flawless. In other words, we need to execute extremely well. And this is a game where absolutely we have to win the kicking game.
Big key to the ball game is how our offensive line plays against Brady Fosmark and Shane Barkdale on the inside, a couple of very veteran players who played very well against us. Now, in years past, we've not had Joe Hurst to play against Fosmark, so it should be a good matchup.
There's Ron McBride. He spent a little time in this here state, huh? 13 seasons at the University of Utah, just down the road.
Let me tell you something about this guy. First of all, he's a very good coach. He won 2 league championships, one in the WAC, one in the Mountain West Conference at Utah. But more than that, he's good for your school. You talk to anybody, whether he was at Utah or here, he shows up for everything. Volleyball, basketball. He's a good guy.
Montana State won the toss. They have deferred, so they will kick it away to start this football game. Bryant Etuatu is back deep. Etuate, actually.
They had 17,000 here for their home opener. Next game was 8,000. I'm not quite sure what they'll have today, but there is a new spirit because of the crowd. Here we go, Mitch.
Etuate back in his own end zone. Will field it at the goal line. Here we go. 5, 10, 15. Good seam right up the gut. Gets it out. Finds one more seam. Still on his feet. And Pyle drives his way out to about the 33-yard line. Let's set that Weber State offense, and Mr. Ian Pizarro is really starting to pile up some numbers that are catching the attention of a lot of people.
Yeah, I said it at the top, Mitch. He's a student of the game. He's very, very underrated. He'll never get the credit, say, Lule gets, but he's a good player. They're missing a running back. We'll tell you about the kid going in just a minute.
Zach Hall right now, a Colorado native, is the lone setback right now for the Wildcats. Pizarro, first play from scrimmage, hand off the left side. Hall will get across the 35 and pick up a couple of yards. Let's check out the Weber State backs and receivers as we set the lineups presented by Oppenheimer Funds. Lindsell Jackson, a good one. We talked about him in the open. So was Terry Larson. Don't use the tight end a whole lot. That could be a hidden key today. Zach Hall, the young man from Colorado. And there's Havili, the fullback. Offensive line, yeah, twins. Paul and Pat McQuiston, both about 6'3" and about 315.
They do like to run left behind them. They're the 2 strongest guys on this team.
All the lone setback again. He'll get the carry again. This time, same play. Out to the 40-yard line. A gain of about 3 on that second down carry. Flag down on the field. We'll check that out.
Our officials today, Bruce Palmer, Lou Testi, Glenn Hauser, Greg Wilson, David Clark, and Ken Sono.
Face masking the
Joe Johnson
violation on Montana State, so they'll be backing up. So that'll be a first down as we check out the defensive line for Montana State. And it's a pretty good one. It doesn't have a lot of great numbers against the run, but they're pretty good at applying pass pressure. And again, presented by Oppenheimer Funds, Darrell Rogers, David Siatonga, and Aaron Papich. Linebackers, keep an eye on number 43, the roverback, Nick Marutis, back-to-back 11 tackle games. He is really playing well. Secondary led by safety Ryan Force. So first down, moves the ball across midfield. Weber State on the move on the opening possession of this afternoon. Ball spotted at the 44-yard line. There's a throw. That slant route is caught. And down to the 37-yard line goes Terry Larson.
Yeah, Larson just did a little turn-in, and right on the numbers is Pizarro. Larson from Pima Junior College. He'll make the tough catch in traffic. He played 1 year at Iowa Central and got 20 catches this year, so right on schedule is Weber State.
Again, Montana State deferred to start this game. They kicked away, and Weber State is marching right down the field. Again, Pizarro sets the line of scrimmage. He's at the 37-yard line, and somebody jumped. Montana State pointing fingers, but it looks like illegal procedure. The call.
Well, how about the guy holding his head? You know that he's a
start.
Jackson.
Offense, number 68, 5-yard penalty, replay second down.
Well, I apologize to Jackson. That was to Smavis who jumped.
That'll back him up to about the 42-yard line. That'll bring up second down at about 8. A little tougher call here for Pizarro. Ian Pizarro from San Diego, California.
He had a big day last week in Missoula. Tough place to win.
Second down, the toss. Looked like there was nothing there, but Zach Hall makes a little bit out of it and gets it inside the 40 to about the 39.
Well, he wanted to go wide, and there wasn't anything doing, so he cuts it back, and he does get a little something going. And once again, a little off schedule. Third down.
Zach Hall from Aurora, Colorado. One of 5 players from the state of Colorado on this roster.
Played for a guy over there probably looking in, Monty Thielen, if they don't have a game over at the Rangeview. And he's the guy they always think is going to be the starter, but he always seems to end up being in there, and he leads the team in touchdowns. He isn't fast, but nobody seems to catch up with him.
Zach Hall now 3 carries, 11 yards so far in this game. Third down conversion here. Pizarro going deep, got a man downfield, and here comes the flag, and that's obvious defensive pass interference, and Montana State with its second miscue. This one by Toff Grenfell, who had a big game last week against Idaho State.
Yeah, Grenfell was on his back out of Chaffee Junior College. And we'll wait for the officials' call. All right, let's pick it up one more time here. And once again, just he looks around for his first receiver, and that ain't going to happen. But he picks up his secondary receiver, throws the ball. Here's the call.
Number 25, 15-yard penalty from the previous spot, automatic first down.
So now Weber State approaching the red zone territory very quickly. Ball spotted at the 24-yard line. Just underway here in Ogden. 12:19 to go in the first quarter. Pizarro to the line of scrimmage. Once again, Hall the running back. 2 wideouts in the pattern. Man in motion is Drew Dukeshire. Hall will try the left side. One man to get around. Couldn't tiptoe along the sideline very long, and he'll get it to about the 19.5, and that is where he's pushed out of bounds.
Well, Fuller had the play several yards back and unable to get the chores done. And a pretty impressive start for the tailback. And once again, the book on him, the same thing when he was at Rangeview High School in Denver. That's where altitude originates. Not real fast, but he seems to get there. Likes to run that left side. And there's the Quiston brothers.
Wide receiver to the near side this time is Linzel Jackson. There's to give the hole again. He'll try the right side, and a tough couple of yards down to about the 18.
Well, they do run right this time with straight ahead zone blocking. Let's pick it up and see how what they're trying to do. They do pull a guard. That's my mistake. So now they've got third and about 3 as they'll come up to the line of scrimmage.
Zach Hall, by the way, getting the start because Adrian Conway is out with an ankle, expected to return if they're fortunate by next week. Third down play here. Third down, let's call it 4. Got to get just inside the 15. Pizarro, touchdown. Lost to the corner. Man open catch made. Caught touchdown. That's Linzel Jackson with the first 6 of the afternoon.
And that's Ron McBride and his coordinator, Ron Hahn. They don't go for the 3-yard pickup. They throw the fade, and Jackson, let's pick it up. Now, Jackson was granted his release by Utah. Now, he's got 4.5 speed miss, and he's got a 38-inch vertical leap. All-state in basketball, and he once high jumped 6'9". That's a great call by Hahn and McBride, whoever makes that call. Well done.
Throw wasn't bad either, was it?
No, fucking Chevy. Pretty good drive.
On to attempt the extra point. Johnson, one of the better kickers around the Big Sky and in school history. That one is up. That one is just inside the left upright, and Weber State draws first blood 7-0 in favor of the Wildcats. We'll step aside. First quarter just underway here in Ogden, Utah.
Long before Katrina reached land, our electric co-ops pulled together the resources they needed to rebuild. Now, thousands of linemen from co-ops in more than 20 states are replacing over 100,000 poles and countless miles of line. Our members consider each other neighbors, no matter how many miles lay between them. This is why we continue to work, knowing that each light we turn on brings hope for a better tomorrow. Touchstone Energy Cooperatives. Power and hope will be restored.
The new Subaru Forester is the only small SUV to earn the highest ratings in all crash tests.
And it has better fuel economy than a comparable Honda CR-V or Toyota RAV4.
It's no wonder the Subaru Forester was named Best Small SUV by Car and Driver in 2004 and 2005.
The new Subaru Forester. It's got everyone talking. Think, feel, drive Subaru.
Check out the fuel-efficient 2006 Subaru Forester starting around 21 grand after $1,000 customer cash savings.
The NHL's most triumphant team is celebrating 10 dominating seasons of hockey only at one place, Altitude Sports and Entertainment. Broadcasting over 40 games in crystal clear high definition, Altitude is revolutionizing the way your ads are watched. So every mind-numbing hit and unforgettable game winner can't be missed. Joe Sakic and Colorado take on Mike Modano and Dallas. Avs Stars, tonight at 6 after Avalanche face-off.
One possession, one score here in Ogden, Utah. Weber State on top 7-0. Linzel Jackson hauling in the 18-yard reception has put Weber State on top early on.
7 plays, 67 yards. That penalty really helped them, Mitch. And Jackson with the reception. I can't tell you how good a call that was, though, by Weber. They didn't go for the 3. Everybody in the ballpark was looking for a hook pattern or a short jab into the line. Instead, they go for the bundle.
Scoring summary presented by Subway. I think we're going to see a few of those Subway scoring summaries this afternoon. 3.5 minutes in, Weber State at home on top. Now Montana State, after deferring the opening kick, will get their hands on the football. Kicking the football away, Joe Johnson again. And once again back deep for Montana State, Tremaine Murray. Murray didn't get much opportunity to show what he could do last week against Idaho State. Let's see if the opportunity's here. They're going to pooch it down the far side. Nobody there. Now it's a foot race for the football. Close to the sideline, and Montana State wisely knocks the football out of bounds at about the 18, maybe the 17-yard line. We saw that in practice yesterday.
Yeah. Remember Rich Carlos, Denver Broncos with the bare foot? That's what you see here. Wonder what they do when it gets cold. Here's the pooch, and it really works out because somebody puts a hand on it so it doesn't go out of bounds. And pretty good effort there by Johnson.
We could see some interesting special teams play today, of course, with Lulay being the rugby-style punter, and we saw them working on a number of fakes off the punt formation yesterday, and Weber State comes out with the pooch, and special teams always going to factor in. So Montana State and Travis Lulay at the controls. First possession of the afternoon. Back to throw from his 10. Lulay down the middle. Nice catch out to the 36-yard line. Goes Chaz Gwynn. Now there's a good look at Lulay. Check out the lineups presented by Oppenheimer Funds. Skill people, Chaz Gwynn, who just made the reception. Tremaine Murray, really a return specialist. Gatewood, a deep threat. Justin Dominic had nearly 100 yards rushing a week ago. Offensive line pretty good when led by Jeff Bolton, NFL scouts looking at him quite extensively. So Montana State not wasting any time. Quickly back to the line of scrimmage. Ball out to the 36-yard line. We move toward the 11-minute mark in quarter number 1. Split backfield. Lay back to throw. Good protection. Rolls a little bit, fires in the slot. That's Murray, and Murray makes the catch and pushes his way out to the 45-yard line, a gain of 9. To the Weber State defense we go. Up front, Derek Johnson, a pretty good one. So is Brady Fosmark, the all-time sack leader in Weber State history. Linebackers led by Eric Jones, 17 tackles against this team a year ago, 17 unassisted. Secondary led by Curly Dorn, excuse me. Second down and a short one now for Lulay. Inside handoff, that's Dominic. Dominic's going to push the stack, pick up the first down, and here comes a host of purple shirts to stand him up and push him back.
Dominic did a great job last week. They basically have no running game. And all of a sudden, they were able to run the football against Idaho State. And they'll move the chains. Dominic is a guy that started out at Fullerton Junior College, went to UCLA, and transferred here. He rushed for 1,400 yards at Fullerton.
Dominic rubbing that left bicep. We'll keep an eye on that. Good look at Travis Lulay. Owns just about every record conceivable in Montana State history, at least offensively. So 1st and 10 as they approach midfield. The Bobcats on the offensive. Lulay looking to throw. There's that out route again. There's the catch made on the far side of the football field. Javon Miller with his first reception of the afternoon.
Yeah, Miller ran a simple little out and was able to beat his opponent. Curtis Dorr pick it up. And once again, they dog a linebacker here, but Montana State does a good job picking it up. There's the out pattern. And they beat Dorn, so just a terrific drive. They've run the football one time with Dominic. And Weaver's thrown the kitchen sink at him. In tackle twist. They've had a zone dog. They've dropped Fosmark, who's their sack leader, back in coverage. Nothing has worked against the veteran Travis Lulay.
Miller, by the way, just his 5th reception of the year, so you're right. They are really spreading things out. 1st and 10 inside the 30. Here comes the pressure. Lulay is going to get the football away. Did well to get outside the tackles and ground that football.
Well, the pressure came from a blitzing linebacker, number 56, Gary Bowden. Let's pick up what Gary did as he comes in, and Lulay is scrambling and able to get the pass off, but Bowden does a great job. Actually got a little help there. That's the first time they've ever been able to get to him in the early going. Once again, Weaver is going to throw everything imaginable at Lulay.
Sean Barkle also helping out with that pressure, as Irv mentioned. So 2nd down and 10. Ball remains at the 28-yard line. High formation this time. Dominic again, the deep setback. Man in motion from the tight end spot. Toss to Dominic, trying the right side. A lot of shirts there, weaves his way through traffic. Flag comes in as he'll pick up a couple, and my guess is this one's not going to stand. Nope.
Yeah, I think they got 73 on this one, as got just a little anxious that time. Joe Hurst, that's a big one. He's 6'7", 290. Let's see if they give the number. Joe was in the area. Of course, when you're 6'7", you're always in the area.
Yeah, no kidding.
On the offense, number 73. Penalty is 10 yards from the previous spot. Replay 2nd down.
All right, let's pick it up. Hurst, good football player. Once again, Weaver very aggressive now. And Joe gets a little piece of him. So they'll back him up a little bit now. Travis Lulay has run the draw in this situation, Mitch.
3rd Montana State penalty, now totaling 35 yards, and we're only 6 minutes into the contest. That's a trend that Mike Kramer would like to see come to an end very quickly. So 2nd down and 20. The ball must be advanced to about the 18.
Looks like the corner's coming.
Split backfield, Lulay out of a shotgun.
No, he's not.
Lulay, plenty of time, surveys the field, fires over the middle. Might have been interference. The catch made anyway down the field by the big fella, Elliott Barnhart.
Boy, Barnhart did a great job before McBride was able to make the tackle, but Barnhart, the tight end always seems to be open. Watch number 95, guy who had successful knee surgery, just goes down the middle of the front, finds a seam. That's a terrific catch. Let's pick it up one more time. His uncle Cody played at Wyoming. He does a great job. Boy, the coverage was good by McBride. So, boy, they suck up that penalty, and they're 1st and 10 now at the 17, 18-yard line.
So 20 yards, no problem for Travis Lulay. In the ball at the 17. Out of the shotgun again. Fires out on the flat. Catch made by Dominic. He'll advance it to the 15-yard line and quickly be wrapped up.
Well, that was good defense by the linebacker, Eric Jones, number 54. He smells that one out right away and holds it to a very short gain.
Irv, Eric Jones in this game a year ago had 17 unassisted tackles.
Remember that? We did the game up in Bozeman. That was a heck of a game, and we showed the highlights. The field goal, and they finally won. It looked like it was going to go OT. All right, let's see what Lulay comes up with now.
5 of 6 so far for 76 yards is Lulay. Ball spotted at the 16-yard line. 2nd and 7. Approaching the halfway point of period number 1. Fires into the end zone. Sandwiched as the receiver, and here comes a flag.
Yeah, they did sandwich him, as you mentioned, Mitch, and it looks like they got David Brooks, the cornerback.
Chaz Gwynn paying the price, but looks like he's going to pick up some positive yardage. Indeed, that's the call, as you see there.
All right, let's pick it up. Once again, Lulay throws the ball into a crowd, but catches a break. And Brooks is
pass interference on the defense, number 2. The penalty is administered at the 2-yard line because the foul was in the end zone. Automatic 1st down.
Big Sky offices here. in Ogden, Utah that used to be in Boise. I think that's a better deal.
Both these teams struggle in the red zone. MSU's defense 7th in the Big Sky. Weber State's right behind them, last in 8th. Both teams into the red zone on their first possessions of the day. Lulay to Dominic. Thought about going left and turned it up and had nowhere to go. Down he goes for a loss of 1.
John McBride with the first hit. Got a little help from his friends. Watch McBride with the tackle as he does his job here. Not much doing. McBride sticks his nose in. McBride, the defensive captain, he's huge for a safety. He's about 6'3". Moon Park Junior College makes the first hit. He's also a high school basketball player.
Excuse me, or this is where Lulay is really a pain in the you-know-what. He can do so many things in this area.
Watch the draw.
We saw it last week for 18 yards and a score. Lulay straight drop. Here comes the pressure. Gets it away. Throws it right to a purple shirt. Picked off by Weber State at the 3.
And Jones is the guy who caused it with the pressure.
Interception by John Collins.
And you talked about Jones. Jones pressured. Made him throw it a little early. Watch 54 here now. Just lets Collins make the play. Here he comes up the middle, boy. Gangbusters, jailbreak. And there's the pick. Boy, does that make the coach feel pretty good when you call a blitz and it works, and Jones does his job. Well done.
Game number 6 for the Bobcats. Interception number 5 for Travis Lulay. Now, last week we saw Lulay really do a great job of getting away from that kind of pressure up the middle, rolling out, and maybe just took his first step about a half a step too late. So Weber State gets the stop in the red zone. Dead last in the league. That won't hurt their stats. And well, now they're trying to get out of the shadow of their own goal line, and they might have lost a yard on that first down play. This is close to a safety.
Yeah, let's pick this up. There's nothing doing. You try and cut back on the goal line, you're usually in serious trouble.
Ooh.
The guy who slowed him down and forced the action was number 94, and that's David Sataga.
So Zach Hall, a loss of 2.
I bet you they throw, Mitch. Play action right here.
Tough place to be. 2nd down and 11.
Play action. Nah, I don't know what I'm talking about.
Give the ball, and all this time gets positive yardage, pushes his way out across the 5 to about the 6. Pretty good run there.
Yeah, and he got a nice nice block. The center just did his job, and you got to have a good one. They do. Chad Glover. He was a tackle and a tight end in college. He did the job. The hit there by Bobby Daly. You called his name a lot last week. Bobby Daly is just one of those good, tough Montana kids that's had to step in because of injuries.
Well, Montana State following the turnover, trying to force a quick punt. 3rd down and 6 for the Wildcats from their own 7. And a whistle. Illegal procedure against Weber State.
You ever notice how many teams are going to have an illegal motion?
Are you a big first signal guy?
Head ball. Ball starts on the offense, number 74. Penalty is half the distance to the goal. Still 3rd down.
To answer your question, when I coached high school football, my signals were get set, and we always went on set.
Ready, go.
We didn't do that. Get set.
Defense probably figured that out after a couple of years, didn't they? When you said get set.
Didn't matter. We never had a motion penalty.
3rd down and 9 for Weber State from their own 4-yard line. Zarl gonna change things up. Hand off. Hall sweeping the outside. He's got some room. Boy, he got right to the marker, and they'll spot him at the 14. That is a 1st down carry.
I tell you, that's one of the best blocks you'll see. The tight end, Drew Duckshire, stayed with this block about 5 yards, and it was a tough block. Watch 31, people. Let's see if we have it. Well, we just got the end of it. All right, Drew Duckshire, here's the guy. Look at 31, stay with that block. He's holding a little bit, but we won't worry about that.
Well, that's a heck of a spot, effort. Too. Did you see where he went out of bounds?
Oh, yeah.
Zach Hall with 300-plus yards on the year, again, trailing Adrian Conway in the rushing department, but Hall leads this team with 6 touchdowns coming into today. Fake to Hall. Zara rolls. Boom!
Touchdown
football loose in the end zone. Covered up by Montana State for the touchdown.
Boy, that was a heck of a play. It looked like Bobby Daly was the guy. But let's pick up the whole thing. I mean, there's a heck of a hit. Everybody went with a play fake. We don't have that, but you're going to have to trust me. Bobby Daly,
there's
main man.
Mr. Marudis there.
There it is. Watch this play here. Look at these. It's Jones.
Oh,
what a hit. Boy, I'll tell you what. That was one heck of a lick.
Field
Bobby
position.
Daly.
Field position. Field position. Montana State, after the turnover, kept it in their favor, and they convert that into a turnover of their own and an equalizing score. 5:14 to go in the first quarter. This one's shaping up to be downright entertaining. 7 apiece, the Cats and the Cats.
At Peterson Volvo in Fort Collins, you'll find the best selection of new and pre-owned Volvos. Come see the new 2005 Volvo S40. It's sporty and fun to drive. If you're looking for the safest sport utility vehicle, see the Volvo XC90. And now it's available with a powerful V8 engine. Volvo safety is the standard. The best prices on a Volvo can be found in Fort Collins at Peterson Volvo, 4455 South Mason Street. Visit them on the web, www.petersonvolvo.com. Volvo for life.
Hey, babe. Want to watch a little TV?
Only if you promise to aimlessly flip through the channels till you find that obscure Western that started 19 minutes ago that I don't want to watch. So I grab for the remote, causing a tussle that ends with my best porcelain poodle in pieces.
No, I was thinking we'd try On Demand.
Huh.
If you have Comcast digital cable, you have On Demand with thousands of free movies and shows that start instantly. Satellite can't give you that. Call now for this great offer.
Welcome you back to Ogden, Utah. Mitch Ida, Herb Brown with you this afternoon. 5:14 to go in the first quarter. We're tied at 7 thanks to this play.
All right, watch Bobby Daly get off the mark. You talk about speed. He plays a major league lick on it. Darryl Rogers, same name as the guy who used to coach the Detroit Lions from Michigan State, makes the play. But there's the guy who caused it all.
Subway scoring summary, 0 plays, 0 seconds. And here's a math question. What do 54 and 92 equal? Well, not 146. It equals 6 in this case. As Daly and Rogers got together. That was their jersey numbers, Herb. I thought it was kind of a new math thing. Ensuing kickoff all the way out to the 41-yard line as the rain begins to fall ever so gently here in Ogden.
Boy, talk about, you mentioned that your fortune's changing. Weber gets a big interception on the goal line, and then they give it back after they make a first down on a terrific effort, particularly by their tight end.
And you have to credit both defenses in both situations. Pressure leading to both turnovers.
Yep.
The 1st and 10 for Pizarro. Zach Hall will try the right side. Ooh, steps through a tackler, nearly broke it. Stumbles his way out to midfield.
Did a good job. Once again, he got a good block. That tight end that we're talking about did a heck of a job again.
Zach Hall, of course, getting the start today due to the injury to Conway, and that's not a bad backup, huh? Hall so far, 9 carries, 45 yards, and average 5 a pop coming in. He's right on that average so far.
You know, since I followed him, he never seems to get the start, but he's always in there when it's sticky. He isn't very fast, but nobody catches up.
As a coach once told me, it doesn't matter who starts, it matters who finishes. Hall comes out the front end, first down carry down to the 46 of Montana State.
Well, he got a terrific effort inside from Glover.
That's another wildcat.
And they doubled inside, and Glover just did a terrific job along with the pistol before Curley makes the tackle. Here it is. Watch the double right there where they get a standoff and they win the battle. Good hard running.
You know, Montana State's line is really banged up. 5 of the top 8 defensive linemen from the spring unavailable. 3 are hurt, 2 transferred. That's a whole lot of hole plugging for a head coach to do.
Safety blitz, and he got him.
Hit, wrapped up, brought down back at midfield. Pizarro had no chance as that pressure came right over the top.
Well, you know, I thought they actually got into it a little too early and gave it away. That was LeBlanc. Now watch the safety. He's starting to cheat, and there he comes. And he makes a play. And let me correct that, what I said. That's Grenfell again.
Off Grenfell. Boy, he didn't go over or around or through. He just went over the top.
Well, they got one more rusher than you got people who can block. And if you call it at the right time, you're in good shape. The problem is if you hit a seam, it's a touchdown.
So second down and 14 now, back behind the midfield stripe are the Wildcats. Pizarro back to throw, looking downfield, trying the near sideline. Catch made and pushed out of bounds at the 31-yard line is Wiley King.
Wiley King, who is such a great track man, is finally nailed by Grenfell, but Wiley is a legend in this conference with the track. Here it is. Boy, I tell you, this guy's got the patience, waits, makes the throw. One more time with the angle. Look at him. Look at King keep those feet in, I should say. He just does a great job. He's got 19 catches now from Portland. He led the Big Sky in kickoff returns a year ago.
19-yard gain on the play on that second and long. Ball at the 31-yard line of Montana State. New running back in the football game. That is Sione Havili, staying on his feet, running through tacklers inside the 10, down to the 8.
How good was that, Mitch? Let me tell you about this guy. Havili couldn't play at Utah. Some kind of trouble. I don't know what it was all about. Went to junior college, then to Texas Tech. Played defense. He wanted to play for Ron McBride. Look at this. They tripped. He gets it. He stumbles. But he turns on the Jets right here. Now, this guy was at Tech when I remember him playing defense. That's a very, very determined run. His first carry, he just refuses to go down.
Wow. Sione Havili, 6'2", 250. I don't think I'd get in front of that very often. First and 10 at the 14-yard line. Havili will try the left side. Big hole this time. Turns the corner. Gets it down to the 10. He's hit and brought down quickly by Ryan Force.
Yeah, Force did a good job. That was just a reach play, and he refuses to go down. Play was a little slow opening up in Force. He started every game a year ago. He's got a nose for the ball. He's an all-conference basketball player in high school. You know, some of these guys play more than one sport, and I love to see that. I hate to see people specialize. Help your school out. Does that make sense, Vince?
Yes, it does.
You played all three.
Nothing wrong with versatility.
When you're from Indiana, all they do is play basketball, right?
Versatility is a good thing until they underpay you for it. Second down and 7. Ball at the 10. Third possession of the game. Third possession in the red zone. Havili is going to put his head down and charge inside the 5, or at least right to the 5.
The reach play. You reach out, and if you don't get that block, you cut back, but they got the blocks. They did a good job. Watch McQuist in 74. Watch his brother, Paul McQuist in 76. Look at that tight end block again. I gotta tell you something. This guy is really impressive. We mentioned him a lot. That's number 31, Dukesher. Tackle finally made by King.
Havili only had 5 carries coming into this afternoon's game, and again, but with Conway out, Paul needs a blow once in a while, and Havili doing more than that. He is providing plus yardage. Runs right into the stack of a host of white and purple jerseys, and that time no gain on 3rd down and 2.
The quickest way to get someplace is going a straight line, but there wasn't anything doing there, as Montana State had the answer. And Grenfell, once again, Mitch, you've mentioned him a lot today with the play.
Joe Johnson will come on to attempt the field goal. Be about a 22-yarder, nothing more than an extra point. Johnson, by the way, 5th place all-time in the career scoring list at Weber State with 213 points. 38 career field goals, 3rd all-time. This, number 39, pending. It's up, and it is good. So the rain begins to fall. Joe Johnson's kick goes up, and Weber State goes back on top. It is 10-7 in favor of the Wildcats. Come on back. It's Weber State and Montana State on Altitude.
The NHL's most triumphant team is celebrating 10 dominating seasons of hockey only at one place, Altitude Sports and Entertainment. Joe Sakic and Colorado take on Mike Modano in Dallas. Avs Stars tonight at 6 after Avalanche faceoff.
In the mood for steak? Then come to Perkins for our Steak Spectacular. Tender, lean cuts, grilled the way you like it. Steak lovers, this is your wake-up call. Perkins, breakfast is just the beginning.
Jeez, that's a big truck.
What's with you with these pancakes? Hey, bro.
It has the world's biggest cab. The all-new Dodge Ram Mega Cab.
Where's the truck?
Yeah, it's that big.
This is Altitude, sports and entertainment.
Welcome back to Ogden, Utah. There's a look at Montana State head coach Mike Kramer, his team trailing 10-7. You know, everybody's talking about Montana State's pass defense this year. The coach himself says it ain't that good.
I mean, we're not a stop unit. We're not holding the opposing quarterback to 45% or less. So there's some cracks in our pass defense that are going to be found out possibly today by Ian Pizarro. So we've got to play better against the pass and certainly better against the run.
Spoken like a true coach. What a nice man, too. We had a chance to sit down with him yesterday. Very media savvy. Loves to talk to the media. Those guys are getting kind of endangered species like. Murray going to field this 2 yards deep in the end zone, and here he comes. A little room to work with from the 5, the 10. Oh, cuts it up the middle. Gets out to the 20. Oh, spin move, and down he goes at the 25-yard line.
Right range still with 22 seconds left in the first period. Let's find out something. Let's pick up this return. It's pretty good. This looks good. As he finds just a little bit of a seam. I thought he would just accept the touchback, nothing doing. There he goes, a little crack right there, and then the limp leg and the spin down he goes. I just found out something I didn't know. Veely had a slight stroke.
Really?
Before this. That's amazing, because I tell you what, he looks pretty good.
Yep. You know, talking to Mike Kramer yesterday, we watched them during their walkthrough, and they were really concentrating yesterday at the end of practice on special teams play. We have a flag down, by the way, back at the 35-yard line, so we'll sort this out. Kramer says he doesn't trust anyone to coach his special teams, so he does it himself.
He doesn't trust
him? On the kicking team, number 22. Penalty is 5 yards. Replay the kickoff.
Do-over with a 5-yard penalty. So Murray will get another shot. Yeah, and again, so Kramer just said, you know, I've had guys do it, and they've never done it to my satisfaction. He said, you know what? There's one guy in my mind that can do it right, so he just does it himself.
You know, he used to do that. Don James won a national championship for Washington. I worked with Don, and he took care of the kicking game, all the special teams. Very good.
I think a head coach would have enough to deal with.
Well, you would think so.
I don't think Mr. Kramer, though, is it for a lack of energy. He seems to have a little bit of it.
He looks to me like he could bench press Bozeman. I like him.
I wouldn't want to upset him. I know that.
No.
So Murray back again, this time at his 5-yard line. Johnson will kick it away, and they're going to pooch it to the far side again. That's going to be fielded, or at least knocked down. Now picked up, and the return is on, and they lose the football again. Picked up again. Now he'll split the seam, and out to the 31-yard line goes Javon Miller.
That was exciting.
Like a hot potato.
Yeah. All right, you want to have a little fun? Here it is. I watched the Three Stooges this morning in the hotel, and this could qualify. Whoop, he fumbles it. He picks it up. Yep, yep, yep. And there he goes. That's all right. Did a good job, didn't he?
You know, things like that can mess up a kick coverage team, though. Yeah, throws the timing off a little bit. And
should be the last play of the quarter.
As 15 seconds remain, clock will start with the snap. Delay, going to audible at the line of scrimmage, steps back into the shotgun. There's the handoff. Boy, not a very good audible that time. That'll be a loss of 2. That was Evan Groves on the carry.
Yeah, nothing doing. Grady Fosmark, a bona fide All-American, probably the best defender in this league with the play, and that should be it for the first quarter. It is.
6th carry of the year for Evan Groves. He'll just as soon forget that one. We'll take a quick timeout. It's been a good one so far. 10-7, the Cats on top of the Cats. It's the Big Sky on Altitude.
Their seafood selection has been really outstanding.
It's fresh, and that's the main thing.
People love the meat and seafood they find at King Soopers.
This would be the first place I shop for it.
They have really good fish. I buy salmon here often.
Alaskan king crab legs.
Our favorite.
Our favorite.
The people are very friendly. Fantastic. Everybody's very helpful, very nice.
Oh, the service is wonderful.
They do whatever they have to do to make me happy, which is why I keep coming back.
King Soopers. Market fresh every day.
Hey, babe. Want to watch a little TV?
Only if you promise to aimlessly flip through the channels till you find that obscure Western that started 19 minutes ago that I don't want to watch. So I grab for the remote, causing a tussle that ends with my best porcelain poodle in pieces.
No, I was thinking we'd try On Demand.
Huh.
If you have Comcast digital cable, you have On Demand with thousands of free movies and shows that start instantly. Satellite can't give you that. Call now for this great offer.
Now's the time to get a great deal on some of the baddest Toyota trucks. With so many to choose from, there's definitely one for you. Right now, you can get incredible customer cash, like up to $3,000 on the rugged 2005 V8 4Runner, or the tough 2005 Tundra, among the lowest fuel cost in its class. And be sure to check out the all-new 2006 Toyota trucks. It's a great time to take one home. Visit your Toyota dealer now.
Utah inside Stewart Stadium on the campus of Weber State University. Mitch Hyder, Brown, 15 minutes in the books, 45 to go. Right now, Weber State with a 10-7 advantage on Montana State. First play of the quarter, Lulay, quarterback keeper, is going to pick up about 7 yards on that first down carry.
Quarterback, number 14, Lulay.
Stewart Stadium, Ogden, Utah, Weber State University, right against the foothills. Right over that mountain you see there is where they conducted the 2002 Winter Games Olympic downhill. Mitch Hyder, Brown with you this afternoon on altitude. In a big day on altitude as the Avalanche play their second regular season game right after we're done here. Rain continues to fall, maybe getting a little bit more heavy as we speak. A bad place to be on a Saturday afternoon. Third down and 2 for Lulay. Back to throw, looking left. Now throws the ball out in the flat right and really just threw it away as more pressure that time from Weber State's defensive front.
Well, that was Fosmark, the guy that you've got to account for. All right, watch Brady's coming off the right side, your power rusher side. I'm sorry, they lined him up on the left side this time. Good job by him. All right, Mitch, get ready for excitement. You people, if you haven't seen this, watch this guy punt. Watch this guy punt.
All-time sack leader in Weber history with 26.5 sacks and a whole bunch of pressures. They ran a couple of fakes in practice off of this play yesterday. Oh, that one nearly got blocked. That sidewinder going to get all the way down to the 10-yard line. Return man could not even get started. Bryant, Etuote, couldn't get it going. So
how about Gathing? What a hit.
Lulay effective again. Less than a minute gone in the second quarter. Right now, Weber State on top of Montana State, 10-7.
Denver, the 8th seed, the long shot, the youngest seed. Wide open, and what a block. One of the great upsets in NBA playoff history.
Jeez, that's a big truck.
Yeah. I want to. What's with you with these pancakes?
It has the world's biggest cab. The all-new Dodge Ram Mega Cab.
Where's the truck?
Yeah, it's that big.
The NBA is coming to Missoula Monday, October 24th with a 7:30 tip-off.
Former UM head coach Mike Montgomery brings his Golden State Warriors to the Adams Center to take on the LA Clippers. Tickets are on sale at all GrizzTix locations and at the Adams Center. Not good enough? Bresnan will give you a second general admission ticket absolutely free. Just bring your Bresnan billing statement to the Adams Center, buy one ticket, and Bresnan will give you a second ticket free. This is your chance to catch all the action of the NBA because they're coming to you.
You're watching Altitude Sports and Entertainment.
Oh, sure, it's a Weber State home game, but a few folks from Bozeman making the 6-hour trek to the south to support their beloved Bobcats. They trail 10-7. Just a minute gone here in the second quarter. Weber State, following the Lulay Sidewinder, will take over 1st and 10 at their own 9-yard line. Once again, Zach Hall, the lone setback for Ian Pizarro. Hall's going to try the left side. A whole lot of bodies over there. Stays on his feet and just kind of falls forward across the 10 to about the 11.
You know, I was intrigued listening to Mike Kramer talking about his defense. We're not a great defense in certain areas. We're a bend but not break defense. It was the play that Bobby Daly made along with Darryl Rogers. As you look at Mike Kramer, he just kind of signifies what you get from this team. They'll bend but not break. No, they had a big turnover the last time Weber State was deep in its own territory.
Pizarro will set his squad. That call. Maybe got a head start back there. Face mask coming in, so 3 Hankies hit the turf at the 16-yard line, but
should be offsetting this because the first one came from the linesman, unless Montana State was offside.
I think Hall started early. It's like he kind of lost his balance and was leaning forward before the snap.
And then the face mask happened.
Take a while to sort this one out. See if both penalties are on the same team here. We're about to find out.
There are multiple penalties on the play. Offside on the defense, number 92. That penalty is declined. Personal foul, face mask on the defense. 15 yards from the end of the run. Automatic first down.
Once again, they line up offside. And then, that's a flagrant one, boy. I heard John Madden on Monday Night Football. He's talking about they used to play with leather helmets, and I could identify with that. And they didn't have spinal injuries, and they didn't have things like that.
Hey, Altitude Sports and Entertainment welcomes customers of Bresnan Communications from around the state of Montana. The 1st and 10 ball at the 31-yard line. Pizarro gives to Hall. Hall eludes one tackler, but the other 2 white jerseys won't let him escape. That's a loss of about 4 on the play.
Yeah, but how about Daly? Daly gets off the mark as quick as anybody I've seen. Watch 54. The tough Montana kid, as I like to call him. Look at him get off the mark. He doesn't make the tackle, but he's the reason that his teammates are able to arrive and in a bad mood. Well done by Bobby Daly.
He's had himself a whale of a game, and this one just a little over 1/4 of the way through. Just a couple of minutes gone here in the second quarter. 10-7 Weber State. Wildcats over the Bobcats. Second down, 14 officially. Pizarro with protection. Oh, threw that in the flat, and boy, if that reception was made, the receiver, Terry Larson, was going to turn and have all kinds of room. The secondary went for the pick, and they were fortunate. That pass was incomplete.
Yeah. LeBlanc is the guy with the play. Gets his hands on the ball, and you're right, there was a lot of room. Let me mention a guy who did one heck of a job that time. They never get any credit unless you miss one. I watched Zach Hall block that time, number 23, and he laid a lick on the down lineman. Rogers was special.
3rd down at 14 for Pizarro and the Wildcats. Ball at the 27. Here comes the blitz. Picked up. He's got time to throw. Over the middle. Threw it behind his intended receiver, Jason Norman.
Yeah, they got a pretty good push up front that time. Both teams are selling out a lot. So a conventional punt this time as Weaver leading 10-7. They almost blocked that last one. You're right.
Wyatt Kane will punt the football away for the Wildcats. And Murray once again back deep for Montana State at his own 30-yard line. There's kind of a drizzle falling right now here at Stewart Stadium. It's supposed to pick up throughout the afternoon. Kane will punt the football away. Perfect snap. Plenty of time. It's away. Wobbler going to hit down. Murray going to field it, and then he'll pay the price at the 37-yard line. Tough call by Murray. He wanted to make sure that ball didn't bound any further down the field. So Murray sets up shop for Montana State at the 38-yard line. It is 10-7 Weber State on top of Montana State.
Everyone knows I've become really attached to the number 80. The folks at Blackjack Pizza want to do something in honor of my number. It's a great offer on delicious Blackjack Pizza.
Buy any pizza at the regular price and get a second pizza for just 80 cents. It's the Rod Smith Special.
You know what's great? The 80 cents for the second pizza is donated to local charities. Blackjack Pizza. Stick with the home team.
Celebrate a decade of great mile-high hockey with your own Colorado Avalanche season tickets. A limited number of Colorado Avalanche season tickets are on sale now, and it's your chance to see some of the biggest names in the game. Joe Sakic, Rob Blake, Milan Hajduk, Alex Tanguay, David Abisher, and more. Call 303-405-1212 or visit ColoradoAvalanche.com for information on special season ticket holder benefits. Colorado Avalanche season tickets. Call 303-405-1212 today. Avs fans, are you ready for the new NHL season? Gear up for the game with the Colorado Avalanche season preview. Get to know new faces. See how the Western Conference is changing.
Now I feel our division could be as tough as anybody.
Learn about the amazing giveaways and look back on some of the greatest moments in Avalanche history. Don't sit on the bench. Get in the game with the Colorado Avalanche season preview. Tonight at 5, only on Altitude.
10-7 our score. The Wildcats of Weber State on top of Montana State. 12-12 to play here in the second quarter. Time now for a Coors Light What's on Tap. A look at what's coming up tonight on Altitude. We've got all your Avalanche coverage, and it starts immediately following our game. 5 o'clock, the Avalanche season preview special. At 5:30, Avalanche face-off pregame show. Then at 6, it's game time for the Avalanche as they take on the Dallas Stars. And don't forget, right after the game, stay tuned for all the post-game coverage on the Avalanche Locker Room Report.
A little long with that pass. Lule is now 6th all-time in Big Sky total offense. He passed up a guy from Northern Arizona who could really play, Gray Wyatt. His ball club behind, 10-7 right now.
Herb, Weber State's got to feel really good about things. They've been notorious this year for getting off the slow starts. In the first quarters this season, they've been outscored 52-27 to be ahead after the first quarter. That's just a plus on their side, obviously.
Well, you're looking at a 10-0 game if they hadn't got that cheapie.
Yep.
Gave up the cheapie, I should say.
Lule will empty the backfield. Slant route reception made by Murray. He'll get right to midfield, be wrapped up and brought down, but not before he picks up a first down.
Well, when you get on the inside shoulder of the defender, you're going to win, and he does, and that's exactly what happens. As he gets inside John Collins, and Lule stands in the face of pressure. That's a nice pass.
14-yard gain. You know, it's interesting. I was asking both coaches yesterday, does Lule remind you of anybody? And I brought up Bradley Van Pelt like I did last week.
Yeah.
Both coaches, to their credit, said, you know what? I think Lule intellectually is more advanced than Bradley Van Pelt at this point.
Good comment. Van Pelt, remember they wanted to make him a linebacker. Michigan State. There he is on the boot, Mitch.
Roll out, has the tight end, instead goes to Murray on the crossing route. Murray shoved out of bounds at the 35-yard line. Back-to-back catches by Murray, both for 14 yards.
You'll never see a ball better thrown on the run. It's the boot action, and you're going out there.
Uh-oh. Player down on the far sideline.
Somebody hurting him. All right, here it is. Look at the boot on the run. That means you're not going to set your feet. You just don't throw it any better than that. Was well done.
Ooh, Murray.
Is that Murray?
Is it indeed? It is Murray, who has 3 catches in this game already for 36 yards. And he is being helped up on the sideline as they return to play, and Murray dusted himself off. He appears to be okay. So Lulay now will go with a couple of receivers to the near side, 2 to the far. Dominic the lone setback. He'll sneak out of the backfield. Lulay is now in the open field. He's got some wheels inside the 20 to the 15. Down to the 13-yard line goes Travis Lulay, but a flag is down.
Well, I don't know how he avoided that. That was a blitz. You'll pick up the number, and somehow he ducks under. He's hurting a little bit right now, but watch the blitz coming now, Mitch. This is John Collins, and he's got him deer in the headlights right here. Take a look. I mean, he's got him dead, and he ducks under. And then he really does a great job picking up yardage. He's got him back at the line of scrimmage right away. We want to finish the end of this. But it's a great move by a great player. Once again, now 6 total offense in the Big Sky.
My apologies, no flag on the play. So first down and 10 at the 14-yard line for Lulay. Back to throw. Pressure, fires, slant route, juggled, knocked loose and intercepted by Weber State. In and out of the hands of Rick Gatewood. And the men in purple come up with the football, Nick Green.
Well, you tell me how this happens. First of all, the ball is there, the catch is there, and Nick Green just stays with it. I got to see this one myself. That's the second interception today for the Wildcats. Here's the throw right there. He's got it. And then Green, you talk about saving your ball club. Look at his play. That's right. This has got to be on. Do we have highlights on altitude, or do we sit on? We'll see it somewhere tonight.
It could be our Big Sky play of the day.
That was a great play by Green.
Boy, Gatewood, that ball hit him right in the hands, and he just didn't get it on the first shot. So Lulay with 2 picks today. That one really not his fault. The second turnover of the afternoon for Montana State. 1 so far for Weber. Mr. Green getting kudos from his teammates. I guess that'd be props in today's day and age, correct? Yeah.
Mom, I love you.
Sorry, I just dated myself.
Hey, wait a minute. They say, Mom, I love you. Don't they ever say, Dad, I love you?
Nope.
What is this? Is it always, Mom, I love you?
They're not dumb. They know who does the cooking at
Same
home.
way in my family. They don't.
Cover 8, quarterback, look at you. You got to dive on that.
Hey, we're right here. We're in our camera guy's right there. Do you see that?
It's Mom, I love you. Dad, send money.
Yeah.
That's how that works.
That's it. Well, you got your daddy's money and your mama's good looks.
Second down and 5 at the 25. Out route. Boy, nobody picked up the tight end sneaking out into the flat. Wide open was Tommy Hunter.
Guy did a good job in coverage, taking away the initial receiver with Daly. Bobby Daly is from Capitol High School in Helena. That's the same place Bobby Petrino, the Louisville coach, is from. I thought Louisville was going to run the tail, and they will go down to South Florida and get nailed. It shows you, Mitch, don't take anything for granted. I've told you that.
They got thrown under the table at South Florida.
Yeah.
Ian Pizarro, 3 of 6 for 44 yards, but it's been pretty effective so far in this game. 10-14 to play, second quarter. Slow-moving second quarter. Turnovers, incompletions. 3rd and 5. There's the give. That play going nowhere again, and Sione Avili with the carry, and Mr. Marutis with the stop.
Yeah, and I'll tell you, who slowed that play up, though, was Andre Fuller, the cornerback. He got a hand on him. So we'll see another punt. All right, watch Fuller now. Watch number 9 come into your picture here. Here's a handoff. Here comes Fuller, and he slows him up, messes up the timing, and then the posse arrives.
The 2 turnovers we've seen in this game on the interceptions, and both times Montana State's defense has really risen to the occasion. Ian Murray, the return man for Montana State. Boy, that's a booming punt. Holy smokes, that's a howitzer. Inside the 20 to the 10. Murray thought about touching it, then got away.
Hey, Murray's got to watch it. That kid has been dangerous.
Covered up at the 9-yard line. That is a 60-yard punt. That'll work. Of course, we saw, that's nothing. We saw a 77-yarder a week ago. Hey, here with Scott Hastings, Alfred Williams, and Broncos standouts Charlie Adams and Nick Ferguson have to say about the weekend's Bronco game on the Altitude Sports Summit Pro Gridiron Edition. Every Tuesday at 5:30 right here on Altitude Sports and Entertainment.
Hey, Ron.
I used to referee Scott Hastings a lot.
So there's some iffy characters in that program, I think I must say.
You know what Scott Hastings used to always say? Would you get his hands off my back? That's Scott.
I think Hastings led the league in technicals per minute played in his last season.
Nah, he's a good guy. I'm kidding.
First and 10. Lulay with plenty of room. Going to make some more all by himself. Gets it out across the 20 to the 21. That's 11 yards on first down for Travis Lulay.
And Dallas Drexler finally makes the tackle, but I'll tell you, he's a pretty good open field runner. Once again, the 6th leading all-time guy in Big Sky total offense. He's from the state of Oregon. Guy I used to coach called me, watched the telecast last week, Mitch, and he's from the same town. I believe it's State, Oregon. And they're pretty proud of Lulay up in that area. I'm not quite sure if that's the town or the surrounding town, but he is an Oregon guy. His brother's on the roster here for Montana State.
#1 in career passing yards and total offense in Montana State history. Lulay going to air that one out, far sideline. That was Gwynn, and that one a little too tall for Chaz Gwynn.
Number 19, Chaz Gwynn.
Well, bring up second down.
Actually, the town, I'm told, is it Almsville, Oregon. They're happy to have him, I'll tell you that.
Second down and 10, and they're going to be sorry to see him go, too.
What, do you want him to stay in school 6-7 years like a lot of guys? Most of those guys they call doctor. Well, yeah, what, they call you doctor?
No, they don't call me doctor. They say I need attention from, but no, they never call me doctor. Second down and 10, ball at the 22-yard line. Lulay, single setback is Dominic. Out of the backfield, Lulay buys some time, fires down the field, a catch made, great reception by Gatewood, and Gatewood out to the 47-yard line.
Well, you talk about patience until something opened up, and just well done because that's what makes the tackle. Watch it now. Look at the patience here. This is why you got to be impressed with the guy. Waits, find a wide open guy. Nobody stays with somebody on a crossover. Let's ISO his route. All right, watch what he does. Watch the cross, a little drag. Right there, nobody stays with that. If you can get time, it's always open. Well done, though, by the quarterback, Lulay.
Kramer was talking yesterday about most receivers in college football go where the defense allows them as opposed to imposing their will and sticking to the route that was in the plan. He said Gatewood's the best he's ever been around at sticking to a route and not letting anybody dictate where he goes in the secondary.
Well, that's going to be pass interference. And they get a piece of this guy here. This is Dewey Creighton. This is one of those Colorado kids again. Dewey is now back starting, and they nailed him. He played at Gateway.
Pass interference on the defense, number 26. The penalty is put at the spot of the foul. Automatic first down.
In fact, Mitch, his coach, Jeff Sweet at Gateway, they had a big ball game this week. All right, here it is. Watch Creighton as boy, this Lulay, he takes that arm back to his head, and boom, that ball is right there. And there's the contact a little early.
Just to finish up the thought on Mike Kramer talking about receivers, he said the majority of them usually wear pink Under Armour because they don't have the ability to really be tough in the secondary, and he said Gatewood is the antithesis of that. Dominic on the carry off the left side, and here comes a late flag behind the play as Dominic gets into about the 41-yard line.
Mitch, I haven't had a stat sheet for just a few minutes, but the last time I looked, oh, we got a bad injury. Montana State had 3 yards rushing, and that's the difference. It's all Lulay. Let's hope that this is not a serious injury, and maybe just a stinger.
That right arm is kind of dangling freely.
Now let's
penalty is holding.
Yeah, it
on
is
the offense, number 57. And penalty is 10 yards from the spot of the foul.
It's that funny ball.
First down.
This penalty will go against Montana State. Yeah, I think that's exactly what it was. You get embarrassed when you got to lead because of that. Boy, he's bleeding pretty good though from a cut above his eye.
That's a football player right there.
Yeah.
So first down and 10. Ball at the 48-yard line for Montana State. Excuse me, first down and 16 following the penalty. Lulay back to throw. Buys time again. Fires an out route. Oh, unable to haul it in on the far sideline was Elliott Barnhart, the tight end. He got himself wide open and just couldn't walk the tightrope.
That's breakdown in coverage. That's like that Texas game we were watching earlier. Just a total breakdown near the end of the half. And same thing happened here, but Lulay a little wide left. Plus a long quarter, 7:41, because Lulay has thrown it a lot.
Second down, just a little bit more than 16. Let's advance the ball to about the 34-yard line of Weber State. Right now, Weber State on top 10-7. And this is where Lulay is really, really tough to corral. Blitz, screen. Gatewood couldn't hang on. That inside screen was set up pretty well, too, Herb.
Yeah, it was. It was a rocket screen. And Lulay he had to get rid of it quick because it's a jailbreak. Look at the pressure coming. They're coming after him pretty good. And, boy, they had something going, I think, completely.
They had the one purple jersey pretty well surrounded with a couple of linemen there. So now third down in the whole bunch. Third down conversions today. Montana State 0 of 1. Weber 1 out of 4.
Where he is really dangerous is on the scramble, too. If he buys some time and somebody can shake loose from their initial route, they're pretty good at doing that.
So third and just shy of 17. Lulay down the middle. There's Gatewood. Tell me Gatewood didn't hear footsteps on that play.
Yeah, little short arms that time. So they'll have to punt. The always exciting Montana State punt. Now, last time they almost blocked it. Here it is.
Gatewood figured he had no chance to catch this, so why take the shot?
Yep.
Yeah, there was no way he was going to get that.
No. Here it is. Pretty good pass defense. Coverage is good. All right, now he'll run to his right, and Weber is countering with 3 rushers to their left. So you can't run out. What if he ever ran the other way? There's nobody over here, Mitch.
Well, that's what they were kind of looking at in practice yesterday. You know, Lulay will hesitate just to make you nervous if you're a defense anyway.
Yeah, it looks like he could run forever. There he goes.
There it goes. Line drive, end over end boot. Gets a pretty good roll. Fielded at the 10. Weber State with a chance to return it, but not for long. Great special teams coverage by Nick Parker down on the play as Lulay with another effective punt. No return. Midway through the second quarter, 10-7 in favor of Weber.
Hey, fantasy football fans, before you make your game day picks, learn who's hot and who's not in the ever-changing world of fantasy football. Fantasy Fix. Thursday at 5 on Altitude.
With its 3.7-liter fuel-efficient V6 engine and standard electronic stability program, the Jeep Grand Cherokee Laredo delivers its best on-road performance ever. But underneath it all, it's still a Jeep 4x4. Get an 05 Grand Cherokee V8 with $4,250 in cash allowances or 0% financing plus $2,750 in cash allowances.
Know how you can spot unprotected internet users?
No, no, no!
They're the ones with the bruised foreheads. It's different for Bresnan Online users. They have free Security Manager. It assures privacy and protects against viruses and unwanted websites. The internet is their playground. So go ahead, have fun. Your internet is safe with us.
Get Bresnan Online for $29.95 a month for 6 months with free Security Manager. Call 1-877-BRESNAN.
This is Altitude Sports and Entertainment.
Ron McBride in his first season at Weber State, certainly no stranger to the state of Utah, however. McBride, of course, 13 years as the head man in charge at the University of Utah, led the Utes to a conference title or two there for, as we mentioned, 13 seasons. He has had a long and storied coaching career, and he was thrilled, as he told us yesterday, with the opportunity to return to this state. And guys like that will make you look pretty good. That is current Denver Bronco Mike Anderson, who made life a whole lot easier for that Utah offense for a number of seasons.
Well, let me just mention, we had Kyle Whittingham on the talk show I do in Denver. And Kyle talked about two people that really influenced him. One is his father, Fred, and the other one is this guy. Fred was a very good defensive coordinator, but he just thinks the world of Ron McBride when he worked for him. Ron McBride is going to be very, very good, first of all, for this school, and second, for the Big Sky.
It was interesting to sit down with him for a few minutes yesterday, and he was really talking really enthusiastically about the opportunity. He didn't care if it's Division I, Division I AA. He loves to build programs.
Yeah.
That's his big thing, and he said he certainly has a challenge here, but he really feels that foundation's kind of being established right now, and these kids are playing hard for him, which was changing the attitude, which was the big thing here at Weber, and I think he's starting to see some results.
Well, he's in his 60s, but he's a young 60. He swims every day. As you see the injury and walking off, and he'll return. This is a brother. By the way, the #1 team in 1AA, New Hampshire, got hammered today by William and Mary. Isn't that a golf school with Arnold Palmer?
I can think of one
Jim
guy who played
Ryan?
at William and Mary, yeah. Former Bronco Jim Ryan.
Now coaching there. Boy.
Second down and a dozen now for Weber State as again Glover leaves the field. That's their center, so we'll keep an eye on that thought. And again, a good carry off the right side, turning the corner. Now it's a foot race, and all the way out to the 42-yard line goes Zach Hall.
Kid from Rangeview in the Denver area does one heck of a job. Look at him split this. He does a heck of a job before King catches up with him. I thought he was dead right there. They missed the tackle. Like I say, he isn't fast, but somehow they don't seem to run him down. And finally, the tackle is made by King.
Epicopo King.
Captain E.
You say so. Mr. Hall approaching the century mark here in the first half. We played about 23 minutes of football. 15 carries, 86 yards for Hall. None bigger than that. First down at the 42-yard line. Change up. Sione Havili turns the corner. He's got positive yardage. Tries to cut it back. Pushed out of bounds right at the first down marker. That's a 10-yard gain.
I got to tell you, they got a lot of depth at running back. The starter is hurt. Conway.
And McBride said yesterday he has no problem going 5 deep at the running back spot.
Well, this guy looks good. And once again, not to overstate it, but the guy you just saw run had a stroke, and that's awfully young to have a stroke. Hopefully it's not going to affect him later on there. It bothers his vision, I'm told. But
yeah, that's an awful lot to deal with at that age. 47-yard line. Into Montana State territory goes Weber. This game started with a bang, couple of early scores. Defenses have come up big over the last 10 minutes or so. Right down the middle, the reception made by Drew Dukeshire, the tight end, and he just drags white shirts all the way to the 20.
If you're looking for somebody when you vote for player of the game, think about 31, because tight ends don't get a lot of credit. He is blocked effectively. Now Pizarro just waits him out as he finds his seam. He's got his ball club in field goal position already, as he just does a heck of a job. Finally knocked down by force.
Dukeshire a little bit unwilling to hit the turf. So the ball just inside the 20, so they're in the red zone. Are the Wildcats from Weber State. Pizarro sets his squad. Dukeshire in motion. There's the give. That's Zach Hall again, and he'll stumble over the pile to about the 16. Gain of about 4 on first down.
Yeah, not a whole lot doing on that one. Doug Fullerton, the commish of the Big Sky, was here a moment ago.
I saw you brown-nosing again. No pun intended.
Doug Fullerton?
Yeah.
Why would I do that?
Brown-nosing. That was pretty good, actually.
It was.
Accident. But Pizarro, by the way, 4 of 7, 72 yards and a touchdown.
That's not bad.
Did you glean any important information from the commissioner?
Did I?
Yeah.
Not really. I just said hello, and he said hello, and I told him to give his 2 people here a raise. So that was a normal day for me.
Second down and 7. Ball at about the 17.
Changing up.
Yep.
Timeout.
Now they'll burn a timeout. First timeout by either team here in the first half. Comes with 5:24 to play in the second quarter. We will keep it right here. You know, this has been an interesting game. I really thought we were going to see a shootout, and then the first quarter kind of indicated that's what we were going to get. But both defenses have come up with just enough big plays to make this not a defensive battle, but certainly a low-scoring one.
Well, the 2 picks in the red zone were huge for Weber, and then the Bobby Daly hit and the Darrell Rogers recovery got Montana State on the board. Now Weaver is pressing the issue, trying to make it a two-possession game.
You know, Weber State facing a ranked opponent for the 4th time in 6 weeks, and a lot of those ranked teams are within the Big Sky. There you see Montana fortunate to be 1-0 after that scare they got from Weber State a week ago. Montana State 1-0 after beating Idaho State last Saturday. Everybody falling in line. Northern Arizona really the only team in trouble at this point at 0-2.
Yeah, that's a little surprising for me.
I mean, Eastern Washington was 1-1. They were ranked in the top 10. And speaking of which, let's check out the coaches poll.
Well, we just mentioned William and Mary hammered #1 New Hampshire 42-10. Montana is right there, Mitch, but I'll tell you what. I talked to Ron McBride at great length. He said, we blew it, period. Had them beat.
3 turnovers in that football game. That was one of his Lexus keys to the game today.
Well, that something really makes sense to me because I don't think enough attention is paid to it. You got to get an extra possession.
Wide receivers left and right. Zach Hall, the lone setback, about 7 yards deep. Pizarro, quick drop, looking right, going to fire for the corner of the end zone. Hand fighting, catch made. They'll say he stepped out of bounds, unable to get a foot in, was Terry Larson.
I thought Larson pushed off.
Pass intended for number 88, Terry Larson.
There wasn't a lot of room, but if you watch Terry, I really thought he pushed up. All right, we'll take a look now, see if he pushes off. Yeah, he's
Ooh. Must have caught some of that white line because the right foot was down, but it was maybe not completely in play. So 3rd down and 7 from the 17. Just over 5 minutes to go here in the 2nd quarter.
Run the ball up the middle. That's what I'm guessing.
Pizarro sets his squad. Back to throw, looking right again. That ball tipped at the line of scrimmage. Caught anyway by the tight end and down to the 13-yard line. Shy of a first down.
Number 87, Tommy Hunter.
Reception made by,
tackled by number
Tommy Hunter.
Here it is. I thought that they might keep the ball in the middle for the field goal kicker. Instead, the ball was tipped, Mitch. And there's the hit, and we got a field goal attempt coming up.
Joe Johnson, you mentioned the number 3 scorer in Weber State history. Ball will be spotted at the 19, and I think Joe forgot his shoe, Herb.
The Rich Carlos of the Big Sky. What do we do when it gets cold in December?
That's got to sting. 29-yard attempt by Johnson is up. Boy, that's a knuckleball, and that sails wide left. No good.
Did somebody get a hand on that?
That came off the foot awfully weird, or it was tipped as it did. Johnson now 6 of 11 on the year.
Well, let me ask you a crazy question. What if you got an ingrown toenail? Now, what do you do then? You don't want to answer that.
You know what? If you had an ingrown toenail and you kicked barefooted, you wouldn't have an ingrown toenail for very long.
Well, he's going over looking at his foot.
Ow. You stick a bamboo chute underneath that thing.
Why would you kick without a shoe? Because Carlos, I know Rich well. He lives in the Denver area. I never asked him that. Why would you kick without a shoe and not a square toe?
Pretty good. Lulé, 128 yards so far, but has not found the end zone. This Weber State defense didn't give up a touchdown in the second half of its last 2 games, so nearly 4 straight quarters now without giving up 7. Murray on the slant route makes the catch and advances to the 32-yard line. That's a first down.
Get your opponent on your inside, get on his inside shoulder, and you got something going. A couple of area scores for you real quick. TCU, the newest addition to the Mountain West Conference, unbeaten in the Mountain West Conference, leading Wyoming 12-0 late in the 2nd period.
TCU cranked up the competitive level in the Mountain West, didn't it?
Well, they went into Norman and won. That ain't easy. They beat Utah. They beat BYU in New Mexico.
There's the handoff. Dominic, they'll try the right side. Forces his way out across the 35 to about the 37. Gain of about 4 on first down.
A couple other ones for you. What a shootout, Northwestern, Wisconsin. Wisconsin was unbeaten. Not anymore. Northwestern a winner at 51-48.
Wow.
Michigan State, Minnesota tied at 20 late in the 4th. Texas beating Oklahoma 38-6. Mac Brown is finally going to get Bobby Stoops, isn't he?
If he doesn't today, he may not make it to next week with that score. 2nd down and 6 for Lulé and Montana State. Lulé looking down the middle.
That's interference.
Boy, there's a lot of contact early. And
I could call that one from here. The back judge saw it.
And he did.
Well, that was easy, wasn't it, Mitch?
Jazz Gwynn got mugged before the ball arrived.
Wrapped his arms up pretty good. And that would be Dewey Creighton. Guy just got to start his job back. Penalties have been big in this game. It's helped both teams rise.
On the defense, number 26, 15-yard penalty from the previous spot. Automatic first down.
Here it is. You call it from your house. Here it is. Guns it. Watch the contact. Way too early.
I agree.
One more time. And that is the back judge's call. He can see it all the way. People get upset because the flag comes from a long way away, but he's supposed to be a long way away.
First and 10 at the Weber State 48. Montana State trailing by a field goal. We approach the 3-minute mark here in the second quarter. Lule, quarterback keeper, awfully good at this. Good yardage inside the 45 to about the 42.
He's good on the draw. He waits for it to open up, does a great job. Bowden with the tackle. Second down, about 5. They could take the lead now. They're only down 3 points. Missed field goal. Plenty of time, 2:54, and this guy's a master using the clock anyway.
Yeah. Almost 3 minutes and 3 timeouts on his side of the ledger right now. Second down, let's call it a long 4. Relay changing up at the line of scrimmage. Play clock still with 10 seconds to go. Dominic Malone set back again. He'll flare out to the near side. Lule looking to throw. Oh, here comes the pressure. He'll scamper forward, get it back across the original line of scrimmage.
Yeah, that was a good job by Barco. He's one of the better ones. Shane, pretty tough kid. You know, Bosmark gets most of the credit, but watch what Barco does. He just slips his blocker, does a heck of a job. He was a linebacker in 2004. He's 275 pounds now.
So big third down and 3 here for Montana State. Their offense has shown flashes, but obviously not enough to get into the end zone. Lone touchdown for Montana State via a forced fumble. Slant route. Boy, trying to hit Gwynn again, and that time the defense right there. Good defensive coverage by David Brooks.
Did a heck of a job, didn't he? He just hung in there. It takes away the slant. They've been making a living on the slant. He doesn't let them get to the inside part. Well done.
Now this is prime territory for Lule to pull something a little bit funky. He's got that roundhouse rugby-style punt. You're inside Weber State territory. It's 4th and relatively short, 3 yards. And again, he runs when he punts.
And Weber knows something's up. Look at him. Look at him look around. What do I do? Where am I going?
And Lule, I'm guessing with his experience, probably has a chance to check it out.
You're right, Mitch.
Catch made, tiptoeing down the sideline. Goes Toff Grenfell, the strong safety.
And the coverage was good. The coverage was very good. All right, let's pick it up. And let's watch it. Goes to his right. Look at the coverage. It's right there.
Right to Ryan Force. Excuse me. Let me correct myself.
Yeah.
I didn't expect that. I figured he'd just run for it. Always getting his other teammates involved. So the ball at the 34-yard line, 1st and 10 now for Montana State. They've got 4 freshmen at a minute 43 before the intermission. Underneath to Murray. Murray makes the catch, room to run, spins, reverses course, gets down to the 20-yard line, and he is swarmed under.
That looked like Brett Favre on the move, thrown to the right. Terrific effort by Lule to Murray. Got his ball club on the move with 1:33 left, all the timeouts.
Clock will stop while they reset the chains.
Quick update, because a lot of people follow what goes on in Laramie. TCU now up 28-7.
So Lule will set his squad as they knock on the door of the red zone. Twin receivers to the near side. Again, Lule barking signals. Ron Miller in a wideout spot for Montana State. Lule back to throw. Time gets it away. That one thrown a little bit off the mark, intended for Miller.
Boy, somebody hit him in the mouth when he threw the ball. I don't know how he got rid of it. He is a tough kid. He got nailed pretty good. All right, here it is. Watch Lule. Watch the shot that he takes. He takes a pretty good one. Right there, a couple guys all over him.
I don't know how he slipped that football out of there.
No. And the guy who put on the most pressure was Barstow.
So minute 7 left in the first half clock. Second down and 10 now for Montana State. Drizzle continues to fall in Ogden. Murray to the near side. Relay out of the shotgun. Looks left. Fires a fade route. Catch me. Oh, my goodness. Rick Gatewood right in the numbers, and he just coughed it up. That's 2 today on Gatewood for touchdowns.
Oh, this is a touchdown. This ball is thrown perfectly. Little circle pattern. Looks one way, now comes back to his secondary receiver. Lays it up there. Oh, got to make that catch, and he's upset with himself. There he is. Little in and out. He's wide open. He does a great job. Watch the lay here. Let's see his reaction. He's going down. He thought he had a touchdown.
Keep in mind, Gatewood's the gentleman earlier in the game had the catch in the end zone and juggled it, and it was taken away for an interception. So a tough first half for Gatewood. Relay looking to throw down the middle, going back over the middle, and batted away that time by Weber State. Intended receiver was Brandon Roosevelt. And with less than a minute to go, it'll be field goal time for Montana State as they look to get even before the intermission.
Let's give credit to Dewey Creighton, the guy who had a pass interference call against him a little earlier. He made the nice play. So here's the field goal attempt. This will be, the ball will be spotted at the 27-yard line. You add 10.
Jeff Hastings, 6 of 8 on the year, his long 42, so this will be a 37-yard attempt. Come right at you. Kick is up. Kick is just barely over the crossbar from 37 yards. So Hastings ties the game with 52 seconds left to play in the first half.
Tell you what, they're disappointed, though, on that sideline because they had a touchdown. They're going to take the lead.
Yeah, Montana State has had numerous opportunities today in the red zone, a place they've been pretty good this year until today.
Arizona and USC are tied at 7. Why does USC get off slow? This is the second period.
Hey, in 1996, Michael Jordan and the Bulls were cruising to their 4th NBA title, but Chicago suffered the most shocking setback of its championship season when Mahmoud Abdul-Rauf and the Nuggets topped Jordan and the invincible Bulls. Catch this classic tomorrow night at 9 on Altitude Classics.
A couple of the scores, Mitch. Georgia is leading Tennessee. That's a good football game. Early in the second, 7-0. Texas Tech leads Nebraska 14-0 in the second. Last year it was 70-10. And then Minnesota has defeated Michigan 23-20. Hard to figure the Big Ten this year. Wisconsin undefeated until today. They lose to Northwestern 51-48.
So Montana State, after the tying field goal, will kick the football away. And Tyler Bolton, the kickoff specialist.
Did you know that Baylor is leading Iowa State in the 4th? Baylor's pretty good now.
So Weber State will get one more crack on the offensive side of the football. Right up the gut. The return is on. Spinning his way out across the 27-yard line goes Bryant Etuate. Here's our Subway scoring summary. Decent sustained drive that time. 11 plays. They go 60 yards. Took 3.5 minutes to do it. That 37-yard field goal by Hastings leaves us in a 10-all tie. Look at Mike Kramer. I'm sure he's going to be happy just to get to the locker room with this 10-10 score. Missed opportunities for Montana State. Let's see what Weber State wants to do. 73 yards from pay dirt and 47 seconds to get there. Pizarro, is that called the lone setback? Pizarro calling signals again. Handoff, Hall off the left side. Big hole, cleans it up. Gets out to the 35-yard line. Gain of 8 on first down.
They let that clock run. 34 seconds. Thought they might use a timeout here.
See what happens after this play. Hall again. Tries the left side, has a first down, steps through traffic, and powers his way out to the 46-yard line.
Well, now the clock will stop, even though the Weber State sideline wants a timeout. Clock stops on all first downs. 23 seconds left. We'll talk to Ron McBride at the half.
Hall, by the way, 100 yards rushing in the first half. That gentleman right there, 18 carries for 108. 30 minutes of play. Not too shabby.
You want to comment on this one? Indiana 36, Illinois 13 is the final. Didn't you participate in one of those schools?
Game seen on altitude earlier today. Yeah, I'm a Hoosier. Grew up in Bloomington, went to IU, actually graduated too. Kind of shocking to some people.
Yeah.
Hoosiers with a new head coach again.
Yeah.
This guy seems to get it. Doesn't have much to work with, but they play hard.
Yeah.
Kind of reminds me of Bill Mallory, which was perhaps the biggest mistake in the history of Indiana University, letting him go after 10 seasons.
I worked for Bill Mallory, no better competitor. There's a look at Ron McBride. See if he takes a shot at the end zone. Another score or two for you. Kansas State victorious over Kansas. 12-6 on that one.
Coming up at halftime, we'll talk to Mr. McBride as he heads to the locker room.
All of the other games in the Big Sky, late starts. Montana, Idaho State, Eastern Washington, Northern Arizona, Azusa Pacific, Sacramento.
But Pizarro now near midfield and 23 seconds and a timeout left to work with. Back to throw. Pump fakes. Going to air it out. Deep down the far sidelines. Got a man out there. Was that catch made? Holy smokes. Right over the top of the defense at the 12-yard line is Linzel Jackson.
Stop and go. This is a great throw. Now, Mitch, what do you do with 17 seconds? Let's pick this up and then talk strategy. The coverage is spectacular. All you got to do is get 1 foot down. Now, you got to be careful. You do have a timeout left. If you're going to run something, run it up the middle. Make sure you don't, maybe he takes a shot at the end zone. They've been gambling all day long.
Andre Fuller with pretty darn good coverage.
Exceptional.
42 yards on the play. So 17 seconds left, and again, one timeout for Weber as they're knocking on the door at the 13-yard line. Pizarro trips to the right, single receiver to the left. Time to throw, double pumps, slant route, batted away.
Bring the kicker in.
Wiley King wants an interference call. Still have one timeout in 13.
Yeah, you got to make sure that you don't get the pick here. You'll throw a fake.
The timeout, though, does allow you to try the middle of the field, too, though.
You know, it's a good play here. Run the draw.
See what happens. Pizarro chats with his offensive coaches back onto the field. Linzel Jackson splits wide to the far side along with Jason Norman. Two receivers to the near side as well. And again, that's Zach Hall in the backfield. Final shot at the end zone. Corner route up for grabs, and that one thrown over the top of everybody. A couple of players locked up in the corner. Neither really had a shot at the football. All right, you've got 8 seconds to go at a timeout. You still can take another one.
Yeah. Well, they're right next to us, and they're trying to come up with something that gives them a shot at 7 instead of 3. And one guy looks around and says, "You got something?" He said, "No, you got something."
Ron McBride's staff, 4 assistant coaches over the age of 60, and another 4, I believe, in their first year. Interesting blend for Ron McBride. We'll step aside. We'll come back to finish off the first half. We're tied at 10. The Wildcats and the Bobcats on altitude. Well, 8 seconds left in the second quarter here at Ogden, Utah, and that timeout taken by Montana State. So Weber State still with 8 seconds and its final timeout.
All right, call the play. I'm going to tell you, I'm going to call a play.
A rollout, you flirt with running out of time.
No, I'm
so
going to call
to me,
a
it's
play.
out of the shotgun or at least a quick three-step drop and a slant route.
Tight end, find the...
Because you can go over the middle with the timeout in your pocket.
Tight end, find the seam, except the tight end is out of there. It's 4 whites.
Pizarro back to throw, looking for the corner. Taking a lot of time. Fires for the end zone. Catch made just inside the pylon. Lenzel Jackson with the reception.
Great call. 2 seconds left. I thought they might run out of time when he scrambled it. What a throw by the most underrated guy in the league. Pick it up. How you like this? If you're a fan of the home team, here's a scramble. I thought they might run out of time. Boy, he throws that ball. Whew, that is really well done.
Right.
Pizarro to Jackson.
Right on the numbers. Joe Johnson, who misfired on the field goal attempt a short time ago. Barefooter back on to attempt the extra point. Put his team up by 7 as we get ready for halftime.
The guys next door saying, I called that play. No, I did. That's well done.
Boy, there was not a lot of room for that throw. Pretty good scoring drive in a very short period of time.
Well, there's a happy guy. They were just trying to run the clock out, I felt, when they had the ball deep in their own territory. Drive started way back on the 23-yard line. They hit a couple, and then the big fade to Jackson, and then the touchdown to Jackson.
Pizarro had himself a pretty good first half. Subway scoring summary, 6 plays, 73 yards. Took 45 seconds to do it. 12-yard touchdown pass to Mr. Jackson. Leaving them all of 2 seconds of cushion. Ryan Pizarro now 7 of 13, or 130 yards and a couple of touchdowns. Extra point is up and good as Weaver is that close to taking a 7-point lead to the locker room. You know, that whole thing was set up, too, by Zach Hall, a couple of carries when they looked like they may just run out the clock, but when they got plus yardage and double-figure yardage on one of those carries, they decided to open it up.
I just can't tell you what kind of job he's done.
Hi, Mom.
In the first
I love you.
See, they never say Dad.
There you go. Proof positive.
Let's pick this up again. Here's Pizarro. Go back. Here's a scramble left, and I thought maybe he runs out of time. Boy, he threw that. I'll tell you what, barely has time to set his feet. Gets the good catch at Jackson.
Lenzel Jackson had 100-plus yards last week on 5 catches. Today, 3 for 72 and 2 touchdowns. After Montana State got even with less than a minute to go in the half, Weber State jumps back on top.
You made a good point, though, Mitch. Hall's running set that up because then they decided, let's take the shot. You know, he wasn't even the guy. It's Adrian Conway, who was honorable mention All Big Sky. He's got a sore ankle, so they'll have, if he's back next week, they'll have 3 running backs they can trust. All right, this should be a squib.
It's awful wet out there. Keep that in mind, too, which way it's going to squib.
That's a pooch.
Somebody better go get that.
You better get it.
Catch made it to 30. Uh-oh. Boy, Javon Miller kind of staying on his feet. He took a knee and then bounced right back up, and that will bring the first half to a close. It's been a good one. Weber State at home leading Montana State. Count of the half, 17-10 in favor of Weber State. Halftime activities are coming right up.
I like everything about King Soopers, but I like the meat department in particular.
When you want meat that's fresh, tender, and full of flavor, come to King Soopers.
I buy the steaks. I buy chicken.
The country ribs is my favorite.
I like to get the value packs on both beef and the poultry in particular as I'm doing a cookout for my family.
Lots of shrimp.
Lots of shrimp.
I just get great cuts of meat here. It's good service.
King Soopers. Market fresh every day.
Sometimes it's the little things that can make a big difference. Like a piece of gravel, for example. Hit it! Whoa! Now what? Well, as a preferred insurance provider, we use OEM quality glass, installed by certified installers. Just a few more reasons why Elite Auto Glass is #1. Insist on Elite.
Hi, I'm Jerome Jurenovich.
And I'm Scott Hastings.
This season, the Altitude Summit tackles the gridiron, from the colleges all the way to the pros. My show sits down to discuss the latest college news from our region as well as around the country.
We're going to talk about some of your favorite NFL teams, including the Denver Broncos.
Don't forget to catch the Gridiron Pro Edition or the Gridiron College Edition on Thursdays, right here on Altitude.
You want to watch my show on Tuesday?
No. You want to watch my show. Come on, college football, pageantry, tradition, those great mascots.
How about this? How about this?
Welcome back to Ogden, Utah. Halftime upon us, 17-10 Weber State. We're joined by Ron McBride, the head coach of the Wildcats. Coach, interesting first half, a number of turnovers, but you've got the edge.
Yeah, well, that was a big. This last drive was a big drive because we were going to try to get a couple of first downs, and then after that we were going to try to go for a couple of shots at it, but we didn't want to do anything to do something stupid to put us in jeopardy, and so the kids executed it, and the quarterback did a nice job, and it was a big momentum changer for us.
On this serve, and I'll tell you what, this kid is pretty good. You've had some good quarterbacks in the past, but I got to tell you something. This guy's got some savvy out there. That was a heck of a throw.
Yeah,
two times.
Yeah, he's getting better. You know, as the weeks go on, he seems to be getting better, but he's still got a ways to go before he's the finished product.
Coach, thank you for your time and best of luck in the second half.
I appreciate it.
All right, that's the head coach of Weber State, Ron McBride. We'll take a quick time out. When we come back, we'll have more halftime activities, including a preview of tonight's Avalanche game. Stay with us.
Hey, babe. Want to watch a little TV?
Only if you promise to aimlessly flip through the channels till you find that obscure Western that started 19 minutes ago that I don't want to watch. So I grab for the remote, causing a tussle that ends with my best porcelain poodle in pieces.
No, I was thinking we'd try On Demand.
Huh.
If you have Comcast Digital Cable, you have On Demand with thousands of free movies and shows that start instantly. Satellite can't give you that. Call now for this great offer.
Employee pricing is all. Save time, shop online at factoryfords.com. Select from one of Denver's largest inventories, find out just how much Ford family pricing will save you, and do it without leaving your home or office at factoryfords.com. Shopping at factoryfords.com, a division of Siltar Ford, associates you with the only 10-time winner of Ford Motor Company's President's Award for exceptional customer satisfaction. Don't wait. Inventory. Check out factoryfords.com today.
At Dewey's American Grill, we're taking care of the locals. We've got food made to satisfy without the fancy price. Come try the biggest and best burgers around. This weekend, why not sink your teeth into our great burger deal? Buy one of our 14 different burgers and get the second one half off. Plus, we still have the best happy hour in town. And with 8 big screen TVs, no wonder why we're the locals' favorite place to watch the game. For good food and a whole lot of fun, it's Dewey's. In Littleton and Highlands Ranch, and coming soon to Colorado Springs.
Hi, I'm Kyle Keefe, host of Altitudes Around the Town. As your mile-high tour guide, we're going to check out some of Denver's most popular attractions. And we'll drop in on Hollywood's biggest stars and check out their latest blockbusters.
Didn't feel like I was getting enough attention. I'm in the box.
I like where your head's at. Now get ready. The show's about to start. So join me on Around the Town where we've got you covered. With new episodes every Wednesday at 5, only on Altitude.
The NHL's most triumphant team is celebrating 10 dominating seasons of hockey only at one place. Altitude Sports and Entertainment. Broadcasting over 40 games in crystal clear high definition, Altitude is revolutionizing the way your ads are watched. So every mind-numbing hit and unforgettable game winner can't be missed. Joe Sakic and Colorado take on Mike Madonna and Dallas. Avs Stars tonight at 6 after Avalanche face-off.
Halftime here at Stewart Stadium in Ogden, Utah, the home of Weber State University. Mitch Hyder, Irv Brown with you this afternoon. Good one brewing here. And, of course, tonight on Altitude, the NHL regular season continues. It's the Avalanche Game 2 for a preview. We go to Doug McLeod and Peter McNabb.
Game number 2 of the season, game number 2 on the road. The Avs badly want to come back for that Monday home opener against Calgary at the Pepsi Center with a win. A close but not quite their game, the opener in Edmonton on Wednesday night. What did they learn in that game that they can take in here to Dallas tonight?
I think what they learned is that the pace of the game is going to be very high no matter who you play. Now, they've had 2 days off. One flight day, one practice day in Dallas to get themselves ready for this game. I think tonight you're going to see the Avalanche early come out with a lot better jump. They got behind the 8 ball early. They kept fighting back, but their speed and their legs weren't evident in that first game the way that they can be, because this Avalanche club is a quick, high-tempo hockey club.
The other night in their home opener, Dallas came back from what looked like a totally unmanageable 4-0 disaster in the first period. The great Marty Turco in goal, but they came back and won the game, and so they're very much on a roll here tonight.
And you look at Mike Madonna, one of my favorite players to watch, one of the great players in the game. Just adds that little extra excitement anytime that he's playing.
Don't you love to watch him skate and the ideas that he still has at age 35, believe it or not. So it should be a great setup here tonight. Should be a great goalie battle, too, as the Avs continue looking for win number 1 with their second game on the road here in Dallas. Join us tonight. Back to you.
All right, guys, thank you very much. That one, of course, coming up right after this one. We'll take a quick time out. We'll step aside. Irv Brown and I return in a moment with scores and highlights and all kinds of stuff. Stay with us.
The new Subaru Forester is the only small SUV to earn the highest ratings in all crash tests.
And it has better fuel economy than a comparable Honda CR-V or Toyota RAV4.
It's no wonder the Subaru Forester was named Best Small SUV by Car and Driver in 2004 and 2005.
The new Subaru Forester. It's got everyone talking. Think, feel, drive Subaru.
Check out the fuel-efficient 2006 Subaru Forester starting around $21 grand after $1,000 customer cash savings.
Celebrate a decade of great mile-high hockey with your own Colorado Avalanche season tickets. A limited number of Colorado Avalanche season tickets are on sale now, and it's your chance to see some of the biggest names in the game. Joe Sakic, Rob Blake, Milan Hajduk, Alex Tanguay, David Abisher, and more. Call 303-405-1212 or visit ColoradoAvalanche.com for information on special season ticket holder benefits. Colorado Avalanche season tickets. Call 303-405-1212 today. Avs fans, are you ready for the new NHL season? Look back on some of the greatest moments in Avalanche history. Don't sit on the bench. Get in the game with the Colorado Avalanche season preview. Tonight at 5 on Altitude.
Three climate zones.
How's he doing back there?
3 rows of seats. So everyone can travel in comfort.
He's fine.
The all-new 7-passenger Jeep Commander. It's your world. Take command. Now, get the Jeep Advantage. With a $1,500 cash allowance, you can get the all-new Commander for under $26,500.
Myths the satellite company wants you to believe. The new Dish offer is better than cable. Nearly half of the channels are public interest, shopping, or music. Bresnan offers more of the channels you want, plus your local channels are free. Dish is cheaper than cable? Not if you include extra TV outlets, sports programming, and service calls. You pay extra. Dish has better service. Bresnan Communications has around-the-clock customer service. We're here when you need us. Don't be fooled. Cable is the better value. Bresnan Communications is the smart choice. Call today.
You're watching Altitude, Sports and Entertainment.
And we welcome you back. We're at Weber State University this afternoon. Montana State trailing the homestanding Wildcats 17-10 at the break. Halftime entertainment well underway. The classic Frisbee dog. Does it get any better than that? Man's best friend doing exactly what he is told, which is, of course, why we bring Herb Brown, because he does exactly what he's told. But
thank you for that, Mitch.
Interesting first half. We talked with Ron McBride a little bit, and, you know, a lot of turnovers in the first half, but it was just enough on both sides to make it a pretty even, interesting game.
Well, you had the balanced attack of Weber, because they can run. We saw that with Hall. And they can throw, and we saw that with Pizarro, against a one-man gang. I mean, I don't even know how many yards Montana State got rushing the football, most of it by Lele on scrambles, but it'll be a great second half, in my opinion, because this guy is one of the better escape artists going, and he had 2 touchdown passes that were just totally dropped.
Yeah, as you said, he could have had a couple more touchdown passes. We'll take a look at the first half highlights and lowlights, depending on how the play happens to turn out. We'll start with Weber and their offense going pretty well early.
Well, there's a nice touchdown pass once again. And Johnson, well, he hooked that one. They, I guess that's the one that he got.
Put him up 10-zip.
Yeah, there was 10-zip. And there was a great play by Bobby Daly. And then Darrell Rogers, they really combined to give them their only touchdown. And they just did a terrific job. Here's a guy we're talking about. He's 6 all-time, and he should have had a touchdown pass there. There's no way that you don't get that one. Did a great job. And here's one of the field goals. Once again, the exciting field goal. All right, here's the scramble near the end of the half. And this is a terrific throw by Pizarro. Once again, the most underrated guy, in my opinion. And there's a shy guy. Jackson does the job. Let's take a look at some numbers, Mitch. They tell the story.
Pretty even.
Yeah, it is pretty even, total yardage. But how many rushing yards do the Bobcats have? 59 to 132. Hall had a big first half. Turnovers were huge. One led to was a touchdown for Montana State, and the 2 picks saved Weaver's bacon right there. A lot of second half action coming up in it. We just can't emphasize enough how good this quarterback is from Montana State. I've watched him now for 3 years, not just when Altitude took over. This guy has the ability to bring you back, period.
27 points in the first half, over 500 yards of total offense. If that trend continues, I'm guessing we'll see a few more points in the second half than we saw in the first.
Well, with that many yards, you'd think you'd have a lot more touchdowns, a lot more field goals, but that hasn't been the case because of the 3 turnovers. It'll be interesting. I still think Montana State's got to establish the run, just like they did last week with Dominic. That kind of saved them in the second half. You can't just throw. You really can't. As good as that kid is, when you throw, a couple things happen, and 2 of them are bad.
Well, we're halfway home, 30 minutes in the books, and 17-10. Weber State on top of Montana State. When we come back, we'll take a look back at last year's game, which came right down to the wire. This one showing signs it may do exactly the same.
Hey, babe. Want to watch a little TV?
Only if you promise to aimlessly flip through the channels till you find that obscure Western that started 19 minutes ago that I don't want to watch. So I grab for the remote, causing a tussle that ends with my best porcelain poodle in pieces.
No, I was thinking we'd try On Demand.
Huh.
If you have Comcast Digital Cable, you have On Demand with thousands of free movies and shows that start instantly. Satellite can't give you that. Call now for this great offer.
The new Subaru Forester is the only small SUV to earn the highest ratings in all crash tests.
And it has better fuel economy than a comparable Honda CR-V or Toyota RAV4.
It's no wonder the Subaru Forester was named Best Small SUV by Car and Driver in 2004 and 2005.
The new Subaru Forester. It's got everyone talking. Think, feel, drive Subaru.
Check out the fuel-efficient 2006 Subaru Forester starting around 21 grand after $1,000 customer cash savings.
Celebrate 10 years of Colorado Avalanche hockey. Season tickets are on sale now. Visit ColoradoAvalanche.com or call 303-405-1212 for season ticket details today.
When the world's just waking up, I'm already out on the road. There's the Beckers. Our kids play ball together. That's the new industrial park we just built lines into. If you work for a local electric co-op, you're part of the community, just like everybody else. You make every customer feel like they own the business you work for. Because in an electric co-op, they do.
This is Altitude Sports and Entertainment.
And we welcome you back to Ogden, Utah. At the break, Weber State on top of Montana State. The score 17-10 at the intermission. Irv, it's been an interesting first half. And the second half, as it always does, I suppose, will be a game of mistakes. But whoever can eliminate the turnovers we saw in the first half, probably in the driver's seat.
Yeah, it'll be interesting. I'm hoping we can hook up with Mike Kramer and find out some of his strategy, but I look for a heck of a half. I really do.
Well, Mike Kramer is hopefully standing by downstairs. We're going to go with him in just a matter of seconds, and we'll do that now. And, Coach, thanks for joining us here as we get ready for the second half. First half, really one of mistakes, wasn't it?
Well, yeah, you hold our offense to no points. That's a good half by Weber State on defense. But we're moving the ball. We just got to get a little bit better play from our wide receiver core because it's the one-on-one matchups that we've got to win.
Mike, this is Irv Brown. I was totally enthralled with Bobby Data. I tell you, you talk about a tough Montana kid. That play he made at the goal line, Darrell Rogers scores the touchdown. That got you back in the game.
Hey, Irv, I know that was a nice play, but one play does not a half make, and Bobby made enough mistakes in the second half to want to come out in the second half and make more plays like that and more consistent plays. We've got to find a way. Coach, get them off the field so we can get our punt return team on the field.
Coach, excuse me, at what point does Travis Lulay kind of did what he normally does in a couple of touchdown passes, just flat out dropped or turned it into interceptions?
Yeah, you just got to bear down and stay with it. Those are good senior wideouts, especially Gatewood. Ball's going to Gatewood a bunch this second half.
There you go. Last one, know you got things to do, but you know your coverage was good on the stop and go to Jackson. It's just one of those things. The kid threw a perfect pass.
Oh yeah, Ian Pizarro's playing very, very well. I see him growing and getting better on every single rep. Makes me wonder if I'm going to be coaching in this league for a couple more years.
Oh, you'll be around. We like you.
Coach, thanks for the
Good
time.
luck.
Best
Thanks,
of luck.
man. You guys take care.
All right, that's Montana State coach Mike Kramer. We'll step aside. Don't touch that dial. Second half coming right up on Altitude.
Avs fans, are you ready for the new NHL season? Gear up for the game with the Colorado Avalanche season preview. Get to know new faces. See how the Western Conference is changing.
Now I feel our division could be as tough as anybody.
Learn about the amazing giveaways and look back on some of the greatest moments in Avalanche history. Don't sit on the bench. Get in the game with the Colorado Avalanche season preview. Up next, only on Altitude.
Hi, I'm Kyle Keefe, host of Altitudes Around the Town. As your mile-high tour guide, we're going to check out some of Denver's most popular attractions. And we'll drop in on Hollywood's biggest stars and check out their latest blockbusters.
Didn't feel like I was getting enough attention.
I'm in the box.
I like where your head's at.
Now get ready, the show's about to start. So join me on Around the Town where we've got you covered. With new episodes every Wednesday at 5, only on Altitude.
And welcome back to Stewart Stadium in Ogden, Utah. Mitch Hyder, Irv Brown getting set for the second half here as the Big Sky regular season continues. 17-10 right now. Wildcats over the Bobcats. We promised you that flashback to last year's game. Let's take a look. You talk about a great game. This is a game Weber State totally dominated, building a 17-0 lead, and it looked like Montana State was dead in the water. They kind of regrouped at the half, and then Montana State came roaring back behind that man and Travis Lulay. Lulay got the game even, and it came down to 28 seconds, and Montana State a chance to steal the football game, and they did.
Well, we were going to overtime on this one. We did the game for Altitude, and there's the field goal by Cochran. And there's your story. And we're back now. Remember, Montana State preferred their football to start the half. They're down 7.
Well, Ron McBride talking about his team yesterday, and, you know, we talked about the problems Weber State has had in the first quarter, being outscored 52-27 total this season, but in the fourth quarter their defense has been absolutely exceptional from the start of the year on, and the last 2 games in the second half they failed to allow a touchdown. So they have gone now 4 consecutive quarters without giving up an offensive touchdown. Let's see if that trend continues in the second half. Once again, we are at Stewart Stadium, Ogden, Utah, on the campus of Weber State University. Big Sky season well underway, right against the foothills, and drizzle continues to fall a little bit. Really hasn't been much of a factor anyway in this game, and I know the rain is supposed to pick up in intensity throughout the afternoon, but it has really not opened up just yet. Again, Montana State won the toss and deferred to the second half, so They'll get the football to start the half. Murray on the return from his 5. Nobody home until he gets to the 20. Then he runs into 3 purple shirts, and he's pushed back, and down he goes.
Gets to the 20, and that's where Travis Lulay and his group will take over. It's been all Travis in the first half. He's a very, very dangerous guy.
You know, it's interesting, looking at Montana State, Justin Dominic, who rushed for 96 yards a week ago or for Montana State, just 4 attempts in the first half, only 5 carries by the running backs in the entire first half for Montana State.
It's the Lulay show.
Conversely, Zach Hall had 18 carries and 108 yards for Weaver. So Montana State's got to find some balance or connect on those big plays. Interesting to hear Mike Kramer said they're going to go to Gatewood a lot in the second half after the disappointment in the first half.
Well, that's Mike. He just believes that the way to help somebody who's had a tough time is throw to him. They try to run here with Dominic, and just not much of a running attack. In the game last week against Idaho State, I thought Dominic was huge in the second half, able to run the ball, but it's mainly going to be Lulay.
There's a look at Gatewood, all-conference a year ago, first team All-Big Sky, 19 catches in the last 2 games after sitting out the first 3 due to injury. So expect big things from him. Play clock down to 7. Lulay still talking things over with his offensive teammates. Snap comes with 2 on the clock. Lulay looking to throw. Throws it out on the flat. Dominic with the reception, stays on his feet, eludes the first tackler, and gets out to the 27-yard line, still shy of a first down by about 4.
There's good coverage in the secondary, and then a little swing to his safety valve, Dominic. And they make a little something, doing a little business, as the late Hank Stram used to say. And finally, the tackle made by DeBry.
So a critical early 3rd down call here for Montana State. Brandon Roosevelt checks in at a wide receiver spot. Didn't see much of him last week at all. 5
3-man front.
They'll empty the backfield for Lulay.
They're coming.
4-man rush. Gets it away. Fires down the far sideline. Fight for the football. Oh, pretty catch. Ball comes free. Ruled incomplete. Great effort by Javon Miller, unable to come down with it.
That was a great effort. The defense was pretty good as Curry Dorn had the coverage. Here it is. Instead of going for the first down, they go for the home run. Actually pushed off a little bit, not called. One more look before we see the punt. The punt is exciting because the last time, let's take a look here. The last time they threw the football, you never know what Travis Lulay is going to do. Now they're using motion.
4th down and about 4, the situation here. 2 return men, the punt is away. Another sidewinder, running right, kicking left. It's going to hit at the 35-yard line, and boy, fielded by Weber State in traffic. Picking up a couple of yards, but probably just grateful to hang on to the football. So Lulay, another good punt. Special teams doing very well for Montana State, but they still trail 17-10 to Weber.
Employee pricing is all. Save time, shop online at factoryfords.com. Select from one of Denver's largest inventories, find out just how much Ford family pricing will save you, and do it without leaving your home or office at factoryfords.com. Shopping at factoryfords.com, a division of Silter R. Ford, associates you with the only 10-time winner of Ford Motor Company's President's Award for exceptional customer satisfaction. Don't wait, inventory. Check out factoryfords.com today.
Schneider, Herb Brown back at Weber State in Ogden, Utah. 13:38 to go in the third quarter. Now, while we were gone, as they say at the old office memo shop, there was a hold on that last punt. So they brought it back, walked off 10, and Lulay had to punt again. Etuwate on the return got it out to
The penalty is illegal block in the back above the waist. On the return team, number 9, 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. First down.
Got it out to about midfield. There was a holding, as you see there, a block in the back, and they'll march it back 10 yards back to the 40.
Well, that was a waste of time. It's about the same place.
See, I'd say you didn't miss a thing.
What did you say about the office? I missed that.
The who?
You said something about the office.
You check back into the office and you get your messages, and the little thing says while you were out. That's all I was referencing. I didn't reference it very well, but I did reference it.
Mitch, you got to start getting some rest.
Yeah. So Pizarro will call signals for Weber State after they force Montana State to punt on the opening possession. Zach Hall picking up where he left off in the first half. 108 yards on the ground for Hall in the first half on 18 carries. He'll get 3 on that first down play there.
Well, his long gain was a 32-yarder. He's tackled by Nick Marutis. We call his name a lot. So a little off schedule, second and set. You need to get 4 on first down if you want to continue to run the football.
You know, Marutis, who's having a great season, back-to-back 11 tackle games. Local kid, played at Bozeman High School, missed most of last season with a broken leg, and to come back and play that well is really inspiring stuff. Second down at about 7. Hall turns the corner. Scott Saroon still on his feet. Steps out of bounds right at the 42-yard line, and here comes another flag, and somebody might have taken an extra shot there.
Well, I got to tell you something. These Weber State linemen stay with the block. He gets a great effort from Paul McQuiston. One of the real strong ones, but if you like offensive line play, and I do, now pick it up. Now watch 76 here, and watch what he does staying with his block. I mean, this is really well done. They just keep their feet and keep driving a lot of times.
Dead ball. Personal foul. Late hit out of bounds. On the defense, number 20. 15-yard penalty from the end of the run. First down.
That's Kenny Schmidt. If I remember right, Ken Schmidt coached at BYU, too. And I tell you, his offensive linemen just stay with the block. So Weber on a pretty good drive here.
Well,
this King can move the ball.
Hall's 16-yard gain now becomes 31 after the 15-yard penalty tacked on. 2 minutes into the half. Pizarro looking to throw. Ball fake, fires down the middle. A little too tall for his intended receiver. Again, in the neighborhood, trying to make that grab was Terry Larson.
That's pretty good defense, though, by Montana State. They, you know, you're out there on an island. That was Caleb Hunter, number 22. He did a good job.
Pizarro in the first half, or talk about efficient, 7 of 13, just 13 attempts, 7 completions, 130 yards, and 2 touchdowns.
Well, I just like him. I've said it once, twice. I said it again. He's the most underrated, I think, in this conference.
Just a junior. He'll be the preeminent guy next season for sure. All on the toss. Little stutter step and a delay. Gets himself back to the line of scrimmage. That's about it.
Well, I'll tell you, there was great penetration. That ruins every play. If you get somebody busted loose, and they absolutely did, that's going to change things quickly. And the guy who did it is Grenfell. Watch 25. That's 25, the job that he does here. He's the rover, and he will bust through there, and it screws up everything right there. Did a good job. And then they running the ball pretty good. Third down.
Good look at one of the members of the secondary, Mr. Grenfell for Montana State. Ian Pizarro back to the line of scrimmage for Weber. Wildcats on top, 17-10. Second half just getting rolling. There's a quick out and again, too tall for Linzel Jackson.
Well, they went trips left trying to fool him, and then they come back to the right side with Jackson. So here comes the barefoot guy, Johnson. He could make it a 2-possession game. Remember, he kicked the knuckleball and missed one earlier in the first half.
Joe Johnson, 5'8", 185, a senior. 5th place on the Weber career scoring list, 213 points. 38 career field goals coming into this one.
By the way,
39.
Before I forget, Mitch, Weber's got a backup running back, Sean Woods. That's Sarkar Slinian's grandson. A lot of people know that name. Coach at CSU.
Johnson's up, bending, trying to get the body English going, and it didn't work. That one sails wide. So again, Weber State with a couple of missed field goal opportunities, and you said, Herb, it remains now a one-possession game.
Well, you look back at those, and this is a very reliable kicker who is just flat miss, and that's all you can say.
You wonder how much the moisture affects him with the bare foot. Extra, doesn't make any difference. I mean,
Rich Carlos is the guy who kicked the field goal for the drive when Denver came back to beat Cleveland. He had a great run.
It wasn't good, by the way. It was wide left.
Oh, you're for Cleveland. I want to talk about those Indians. Well, anyway, I don't understand the bare foot.
Well, right now, either does the coach. Yank 2 out of 3. So again, Montana State gets the football back with no damage done. That one tipped at the line. That one picked off. Weber on the return. That is John Collins with another interception, and he returns it inside the Montana State red zone. Interception number 3 today for Travis Lulay.
Well, Kevin Clune is the defensive coordinator, and he's getting something out of his people. Jugi Ho coaches the cornerbacks and does a heck of a job with them. It's tipped.
I think that was Jeff.
Let's see who tipped.
It is Jeff Moore.
Yeah, Moore tipped. There it is. And boy, anytime you get that Oski up there. All right, so they're down there again. They've missed a couple of field goals, but they continue to put the pressure on.
Well, Montana State has to feel very fortunate. They're only down by 7, and Weber State got to feel they haven't taken advantage of all these turnovers. Number 3 there, as you saw. Zach Hall just pushing the stack forward and picking up good yardage on first down.
Montana State's defense has always been the same as long as I've followed Mike Kramer. They'll bend, but it's very difficult to break them. They hang in there pretty good, but 3 picks usually get you beat.
Well, the field position battle is just overwhelmingly in favor of Weber with these turnovers.
Yeah.
Average starting position has to be obscene. There's Mr. Hall. 22 carries already in this game. So second down and 7. 4 minutes gone here in the second half. Hall's going to sweep the left side. Gets one block. Tries to step out of a would-be tackler's grasp. Gets to the 14. That's a gain of 2 on second down. And here comes 3rd and 4.
Well, I'll tell you what, they ran to the corner pretty good. And Hunter makes the tackle. They really... your best defender is going to always be the boundary, and he was about to run out of room. Now, what do you do now? You've been down here, you've missed a couple field goals. What do you come up with here now? They tried to run the ball. Do you throw the football here? Haven't seen the screen in this ball game from Weber. I've seen only one from Montana State.
All the lone setback, 4 receivers in the formation. Pizarro back to throw. Quick drop. Throws it out in the flat. Scurrying down the sideline to the 7-yard line goes Jason Norman, and that is a first down.
Hey, I like that call. The wideout runs them out, and then they come right back and throw it short to Norman. This is a pretty good-looking play before Segaga makes the tackle. 1st and goal. Are we going to see a steady diet of Hall?
I don't know why you would. He's averaging 6 yards a pop. That's 2 carries to pay dirt if the average holds. Here's one. Right up the chute.
Oh, he's got good yardage.
Down to the 3.
Cuts it in half. If you're going to play fake, you got to do it now, though. Either now, you don't do it on first down. Let's pick it up now. Once again, Hall, the workhorse. Ron McBride likes to just punish you, pound you, and then throw when you don't expect. So what do you do here, Mitch? Do you play fake or do you give him the ball again?
I give it to him the next 3 carries.
Well, you're basically an extra point for a field goal if you don't fumble it.
Montana State's run defense, not all that great. I just give him a steady dive to this guy. Look at that. Backpedaling into the end zone. Zach Hall finds Pater.
It's a great effort by Zach. He now is, that's his 7th rushing touchdown of the year. There's his coach, not afraid to show his emotions. There it is. They scored near the end of the half, and now it's a 2-possession game as he is hit. Keeps those legs pumping. And, there's some proud people who go to Rangeville High School looking in today. Got to be proud of this guy.
So the extra point to make it a 2-touchdown lead for Weber State. Johnson, no problem with the extra point, but Zach Hall, the pride of Colorado, making his presence felt. He got the start today, and he has not disappointed. 100-plus yards and a touchdown there as Weaver goes up by 14.
Denver, the 8th seed, the long shot, the youngest team. Wide open, and what a block. One of the great upsets in NBA playoff history.
It's closeout time on 05 at Billion Dodge. Choose from over 100 new Dodge 4x4 pickups in stock and save up to $8,000 with factory-to-dealer incentives. Save up to $8,500 on Hemi-powered 7-passenger Dodge Durango. Or save up to $6,000 on 05 4x4 Dodge Dakota Club and Quad Cabs. It's closeout 05 at Billion Dodge, a member of the Billion Auto Group, 1 mile west of the Gallatin Valley Mall.
Hey, Roy, how you doing?
I'm doing great, Joe. And you today?
Good. What can I get you today?
Let me have a jumbo Colombo special. 3 sodas for the kids.
Sodas, okay. Those are 3 refills.
And a pitcher of beer for us.
And what kind of beer do you like?
Give me a Moose Drool. Let me have a 1-pass salad bar and an all-you-can-eat.
Anything else?
Let me have that excellent garlic bread you guys make.
You got it. Okay. They'll be ready in about 15 minutes.
You're watching Altitude Sports and Entertainment.
Doing my thing out here. Mom, I love you.
Zach Hall had himself quite a day. The young man from Aurora, Colorado.
Doing my thing out here.
Weaver stayed on top 24-10. Hall getting the start in place of that young man, Mr. Conway. And Mr. Conway, the team's leading scorer, coming into today. May not be the case, and you need any motivation to get better quicker. Zach Hall may be your guy.
You got that right.
Murray will try it again from his 10. Montana State needs something big to happen. Murray out to the 26-yard line, and he's tripped up there. Here's our Subway scoring summary. 5 plays, 19 yards, again following the tipped ball and interception. Took a couple of minutes to do it. 3-yard run by that man, Zach Hall, who's had himself quite a day.
Well, Lule, this is the first time he's thrown more than 2 interceptions in the game since 2003, the opener with Wyoming. 2 of those were not his fault. One, they took it away from, okay, the other one was tipped. All right, this thing is a long way from over what we've seen out of this guy.
Did you see Montana State down a bunch last week, too?
Oh, yeah.
They like to come from behind. Lule rolling left. There's a flag. That's probably a hold. Lule staying on his feet. Gets away from a couple of purple jerseys. And down he goes.
Well, let's see what they got here with the face mask running by him or a hold. They had him wrapped up in the backfield. He's so strong. That's a hold. Check out the hanky. Now let's pick it up once again. They had a shot at him. Now he's up the shoulder pads. I thought they had the play, and it just didn't work out.
Penalty is holding on the offense, number 95. 10-yard penalty from the previous spot. Replay first down.
Barnhart
yeah. Crosmark is the guy who had to play and couldn't bring him down. So second and a whole bunch. First and a whole bunch, excuse me.
8th penalty of the afternoon, or 95 yards against Montana State.
Hard to overcome.
Right now they're going to have to overcome a 2-touchdown deficit, and 1st and 20. Ball back to the 16-yard line. One man can only do so much. Relay is under the gun here. Pretty good protection. Fires over the top and again batted down. Same guy, I believe.
Well,
Jeff Moore.
Yeah, and you're taught when you rush the passer, if you're in a stalemate, you get off the block. And Kevin Clune, the defensive coordinator, really teaches that. Get off the block, put your hand up, do your job. Chad Katausha is his position coach, and Moore doing a good job.
Moore listed as the long snapper. That's it, by position. I think he's found himself a little spot on that defensive front.
There you go.
2:52 to go. Third quarter, second down and 20. Lulay, here comes the blitz from the backside, gets the football away to Gatewood. Gatewood going to try and make something happen, and he'll rush his way out to the 24-yard line.
Little safety valve as coverage is good downfield, and Gatewood will take the little toss and is finally going to be run down. Looked like
Might have been John Collins.
Yeah, Collins here. Absolutely.
So third down and a bunch again for Lulay. Gatewood to the near side along with Murray. One step back is Justin Dominic. Third down and it doesn't.
They're coming.
Here they come. Lulay with a little bit of time. Going to buy some more roll up. He's got lots of room. The flag is down. He'll get to the first down marker. And that's in a bad spot if you're the offense, I'm guessing.
Well, it could be defensive holding. Let's see if they chucked him. Linesman with the throw. Now they're walking back. Got to be on Montana State.
Penalty number 9.
Once again, Mitch, you were right.
Well,
boy, it's offside.
Interesting. I was not right. Thanks for the props. Or in your day, they say pat on the back, would they?
In my day, when you played a song,
the penalty is offsides on the defense, number 30.
78.
Refused. The result of the play, first down.
45s were coming down the road, weren't they?
Well, I've got most of those people's albums. Lulay has rushed for 63 yards, 6 carries. That's their problem. He's their rusher.
And their passer. And their punter.
Yeah. Needs a little help.
Gatewood's probably the guy that's going to open this game up. It's going to be open. Dominic has not been featured much today. The running game has really kind of sputtered. So first down and 10. The ball at the 36-yard line. Pretty good run there on first down. Boy, that's all the way out to first down yardage. Great run that time by Evan Groves.
Yeah, he really exploded. 3-man rush that time, runs at the bubble. By that I mean you run where there's not a defender. And he picked up great yardage. You got to run a little bit to keep him honest. Pick up his blast, runs right at the bubble. There's nothing right there. Ooh, does a good job.
Yep. He only had 5 carries on the year coming into today for 23 yards. That tells you Mike Kramer looking for a changeup, looking for a spark.
Take the inside handoff and throw deep. Let's see if they do that.
Single coverage over here on the near side. For Lulay, not this time. Ball comes free. Fumble caused by the ground. No turnover here.
Well, let's see if they call it, because they get a great rush that time from Tyler DeBry, the rover. Was he offside? I don't see a flag.
Nope.
Nice play by DeBry. Here it is. Watch number 30 now. He just refuses to let go. Grabs an arm. Martial arts. Who's stronger? Let's see if he can hit one. Now, I'm not so sure they'll punt it fourth down either.
Third down and 7. Just over halfway through the third quarter. Weber State on top by 14. Montana State has yet to score an offensive touchdown. Well, somebody jumped. Somebody accused somebody of jumping, and then 4 purple jerseys jumped on top of that.
Well, they all pointed to the same guy. They all want to blame number 73, Joe Hurst.
I'm not sure that...
I don't know if he moved. You're innocent until you're proven guilty, aren't you? Watch the guy on the end of the line. The referees can't decide either. It's a 3-5 vote here, Mitch, and one guy's abstaining. He's in the back. Look at this.
It's like the Supreme Court of Zebras down there.
Let's see if they get it.
Prior to the snap, offsides, defense, number 67, 5-yard penalty. Still
they weren't intimidated. All right, we'll let you take a look. You want to be a referee? Take big money. Watch Joe Hurst.
Right tackle. Whoa.
Oh, it was a guard. It wasn't the tackle. It was the guard inside. Hurst was all right. It was the guard. But anyway, third down and 2.
That changes the complexion of things considerably. This is
4-down territory.
Multiple choice for Travis Lulay. Too surprised this leaves his hands. Back to throw. Pump fake. Now he's going to throw. Looking for Gatewood down the near sideline. Gatewood makes the grab.
You bet.
Shoved out of bounds at the 27.
Boy, he's had a couple of tough drops. Not this one. That's a terrific catch. Boy, the old River Gambler here, Don Bailey, the coordinator, he throws deep. Look at this catch. Boy, the coverage is right there.
Oh,
interfered, not called.
29 yards on the reception, Irv.
It's a two-possession game, but those two possessions are touchdowns. I just don't think you can settle for a field goal. Unless you're 4th and long. You got to get a touchdown here.
So first down and 10, ball just inside the 27. Lulay, quarterback keeper, lots of room. Cuts it back inside. Can't get away from the would-be tackler and brought down at the 15. But first down yardage again.
They lost their passing lanes, and when you do that, you got serious trouble. You just pass block and let him run right by, and this guy runs a long way until McBride makes the tackle. Gatewood had a big catch a moment ago. He's not afraid to lay his body out and block a little bit. Stays with him, gives him a little shadow stuff. His man doesn't make the tackle. Move the chains.
Lulay, the comeback kid with 9 career second-half comebacks, including one this year already against North Dakota State. There's Groves again. Groves staying on his feet down to the 10. Boy, he just got underneath the pile and would not go down.
Those guys are hard to find when they duck down and they're short. He is short. He does a nice little job. There he is.
So Groves getting significant, meaningful playing time here in the third quarter as we hit the 5-minute mark. Weber State led 17-10 at the half. They've tacked on a score here. They lead at 24-10.
Grove, a 5'8" freshman from San Diego.
Grove remains in the game alongside Lulay. Option. Grove with the catch on the toss, cuts it back and drives his way down inside the 5. Boy, he is shifty.
Yeah, they haven't shown that play today, and it works out pretty good for them. As they get the chores done here. Well, let's pick it up before Drexel makes the tackle. Here's the option. You read the defensive end. That's really well done. This kid from San Diego looks like he's going to help Mike Kramer's program.
You know, we mentioned that last week that we were surprised Montana State didn't run more option with Lulay's niftiness.
Yeah.
We saw it there. Groves, 4 carries, 19 yards. First and goal at the 4. Lulay out of the I formation this time with the fullback. There's Groves again. Runs into the stack and a flag goes down on the near sideline.
Not good.
Carry.
Who they got?
Tackled by number 99, Real Stopler.
That's usually an offside from that guy, the field judge.
Montana State shot itself in the proverbial foot most of this game. There's another flesh wound.
Little motion. Gets a little stickier down here to score. You don't have as much room.
Illegal formation on the offense. Only 6 players on the line of scrimmage. 5-yard penalty. Replay first down.
So now Lulay and company back up a little bit. Make it first and goal from the 8. Just increase the degree of difficulty a tad. So we saw a quarterback draw in this situation last week. Penalties, man oh man, an even 100 yards in penalties for the Bobcats. Toss to Groves, turns it up inside, runs into a few shirts of the purple variety, and down he goes at about the 5, maybe the 6.
Groves on the carry.
That little guy draws the crowd. I thought he might stay outside.
Number 55, Garrett Johnson.
Doesn't do it. All right, let's pick it up. One of the, here it is, little Grove from San Diego, going inside. One of the tacklers that contains him is Fossmark, the All-American.
Lulay has not had much success in the red zone. He's been here twice today, and he's thrown 2 interceptions. was hoping the third time's the charm. Second down and goal from the 6.5. Goulet, no pressure, fires, and Gatewood never saw it coming.
Goulet's pass intended for number 1, Rick Gatewood, incomplete.
Big play, because you probably got to go for the field goal if you don't get in here. That's a two-possession game if you just get the field goal. Here it is. Gatewood just doesn't turn around. They didn't have the timing down on that.
That's the one thing, talking to Mike Kramer yesterday. He said Lullay's had one advantage in his career that no other quarterback he's had has had. His offensive coordinator has been here all 4 years.
That does help. Who do you throw to now?
I'm not sure I'll throw it to anybody. I think 14 just makes something happen.
Empty backfield. He's going to run. Oh, boy, guess who?
Down he goes again.
Guess who?
All-conference standout, Brady Fosmark from his defensive end spot with another sack. 26.5 sacks for his career coming into today. How about 27.5?
His father played up the road in Logan at Utah State. And Brady, he plays a little crab there. He's on the ground. He refuses to get up. So now you got to settle for what they did not want to settle for. A field goal. No gimme.
Snap. Look out now. And down goes the holder. My goodness. Rick Kopic just stood up and fell down, and another wasted opportunity in the red zone.
50,000 feet and their wings have fallen off. It's as simple as that. They have self-destructed.
My goodness. Well, we'll step aside and catch our breath. Third quarter coming to a conclusion. 24-10. Weber State with a 2-touchdown lead. And we will take a break. 2:14 left in the third. Wildcats by 2 TDs.
Now's the time to get a great deal on some of the baddest Toyota trucks. With so many to choose from, there's definitely one for you. Right now, you can get incredible customer cash, like up to $3,000 on the rugged 2005 V8 4Runner, or the tough 2005 Tundra, among the lowest fuel costs in its class. And be sure to check out the all-new 2006 Toyota trucks. It's a great time to take one home. Visit your Toyota dealer now.
Talk to the experts at Inglewood Mortgage.
We respect the fact that you work hard for your money. We don't want you to use your home's equity to pay a mortgage company. I am educating our community on the ways to protect yourselves from the gimmicks that others use to get your business. Please get the best advice. Call me today and get more than just a loan. Get a plan for your future. Find me on Tom Martino's referral network.
Register to win 2 seats at a Nuggets game by emailing Laney at inglewoodmortgage.com.
That Weber State defensive unit, and that guy, number 67, Brady Fosmark, is an absolute terror.
The top award for 1AA is the Buck Buchanan Award, and this guy's got a shot at it. He's got those long arms, got the quickness, and he's done a great job. Papa, once again, played at Utah State.
27.5 sacks, 230 career tackles coming into today. Weber State now looking to run a little clock, and Sione Havili with the carry.
You know, as long as I've followed Ron's programs, he uses mainly 2 backs, but I haven't seen much of that today. It's been a single back set, and they have gotten to the edge many times because they get a block from the tight end.
Gain of 9 on that first down carry. The Weber State in control for the moment. Keep in mind, they were in control for most of the moments a year ago, leading 17-0, only to lose 20-17 in the final minute. Havili again, stepping through tacklers and pushes his way out across the 35 to the 38.
Got to be grabbing for that football now. It's getting a little sticky. Quarter almost over. Here it is. Havili is really giving him a set of fresh legs. He runs hard. This is a kid who had the stroke. This is a kid that the University of Utah would not let Ron McBride play. He's a big guy. So he went to Texas Tech, played defense, and then when McBride got the job, he wanted to come with him.
Drizzle continues to fall here in Ogden, Utah. Stewart Stadium on the campus of Weber State. Avili again. He'll try the right side. Excuse me, the left side, and not much there as he pushes the stack across the 40. Gain of a couple.
Yeah, not a whole lot going on there. Montana State all around the football, and they get a pretty good effort that time from King, number 44.
Hey, Altitude Sports and Entertainment welcomes Cable Montana and its customers tuning in for the game today. Yeah, I'm sure those folks are thinking the team trailing needs to put on a little burst here.
Well, they've blown a lot of opportunities, Mitch. 3 picks and that box field goal.
They know exactly how Ron McBride felt last week when they had 3 turnovers knocking on the door. Less than a minute to go here in the third. Weber State, the ball, a 14-point lead. Pizarro, boy, buying some time. Now he's going to get rid of the football. Boy, threw it low and away, and Jackson almost came up with it.
Yeah, he was in trouble from the get-go, and somehow gets rid of the ball. They'll bring up third down with 46 seconds left in the quarter.
7 yards to go.
You got to have good feet to participate in sports, and he does. Fakes here, turns around, finds a seam, on the move, throws the ball a little low. All right, let's see if he can convert. Let's see if Montana State can come up with a big one. Their only touchdown today was a defensive one, which is very unusual with a Lille on their team.
Trips to the right. Third down and 7. Pizarro back to throw all kinds of time. Flushed right, looking. He's going to tuck it and go. He's going to cut it back, looking for a block. Gets one, but not a second, and down he goes at the 46-yard line, shy of a first down.
You're supposed to run north and south. He was going east and west for most of the time.
Actually, they told us yesterday, this field is actually positioned northeast to southwest.
See, I don't believe that
screws up your whole cliche, doesn't it?
I don't believe that for 1 minute. North is Logan, south is Salt Lake City.
So could you recalibrate your compass for the remainder of the game, please?
Well, anyway, he ran a long way the wrong way.
Yeah, I think he got all 4 directions in that scramble. So Murray back deep. Montana State going to force the punt. Not before a whistle, and I think we have a delay of game. Nope, end of the quarter, excuse me. So when we come back, Weber State leading by 14 will be kicking the football away. Eerily reminiscent to last year's game. Montana State down by 2 scores. Looking for a little magic in the final 15 minutes. We'll find out if history can repeat itself after this timeout.
At Peterson Volvo in Fort Collins, you'll find the best selection of new and pre-owned Volvos. Come see the new 2005 Volvo S40. It's sporty and fun to drive. If you're looking for the safest sport utility vehicle, see the Volvo XC90. And now it's available with a powerful V8 engine. Volvo safety is the standard. The best prices on a Volvo can be found in Fort Collins at Peterson Volvo, 4455 South Mason Street. Visit them on the web, www.petersonvolvo.com. Volvo for life.
Hi, I'm Kyle Keefe, host of Altitudes Around the Town. As your mile-high tour guide, we're going to check out some of Denver's most popular attractions. And we'll drop in on Hollywood's biggest stars and check out their latest blockbusters.
Didn't feel like I was getting enough attention.
I'm in box.
I like where your head's at. Now get ready. The show's about to start.
So join me on Around the Town where we've got you covered. With new episodes every Wednesday at 5, only on Altitude.
The NHL's most triumphant team is celebrating 10 dominating seasons of hockey only at one place. Altitude Sports and Entertainment. Broadcasting over 40 games in crystal clear high definition, Altitude is revolutionizing the way your ads are watched. So every mind-numbing hit and unforgettable game winner can't be missed. Joe Sakic and Colorado take on Mike Modano and Dallas. Avs Stars, tonight at 6 after Avalanche face-off.
Celebrate a decade of great mile-high hockey with your own Colorado Avalanche season tickets. A limited number of Colorado Avalanche season tickets are on sale now, and it's your chance to see some of the biggest names in the game. Joe Sakic, Rob Blake, Milan Jesus, Alex Tanguay,
David Abisher, and more. Call 303-405-1212 or visit ColoradoAvalanche.com for information on special season ticket holder benefits. Colorado Avalanche season tickets. Call 303-405-1212 today.
And we welcome you back to Ogden, Utah, Weber State University, inside of Stewart Stadium on this rainy Saturday afternoon. Fourth quarter set to begin with a Weber State punt. Murray back deep for Montana State. The Bobcats trail by 14, 24-10. Punt is away. Sort of a wobbly sidewinder. Murray's in the signal for the fair catch.
You can't do that.
He makes the fair catch. He gets hit. So where's the yellow hanky? That was an obvious fair catch signal. There it is.
I was going to say, it's a little late, isn't it?
Better late than never.
Yeah, that's true.
There's contact, and the guy signaled fair catch. By the way, score from the Big Sky while we have a moment. Number 4, Montana leading Idaho State 12-10 in the second quarter.
I thought that might be a good game.
Late flag, and it's going to be a biggie. Well, Murray did a pretty good job just to catch that ball.
Personal foul on the kicking team, number 20, hitting the receiver after a fair catch signal. 15 yards, first down.
All right, here it is. Once again, it was a solid. A lot of times they don't signal good. This is a solid signal.
Etu Wate, the guilty party.
Yeah. All right, let's see if Lele can get him going.
Again, 9 career second-half comebacks.
They had a nice drive going with the young kid from San Diego, Grove. And then they start wide open. Oh, he threw it behind him.
Yep, Gatewood unable to reach behind him and grab that one, and that was not a very good throw. So again, just slightly out of sync is Montana State, just enough to keep them from finding the end zone. Lule right now earned 32 pass attempts, 14 of 32, 3 picks, 200 yards.
Yeah, usually when you're thrown that many times, you get beat. Just be very honest. Bad things happen, and you saw it happen 3 times today.
Looking for something good to happen on 2nd and 10 from his own 31.
Well, they better block Fosmark. He's lined up on the right with a gleam in his eye.
I think he always has that. Osmark pinching it from the right side. Lule gets it away and threw it low and outside to Gatewood again.
Let me make a point. A friend of both of ours, Carl Mecklenburg, who had such a good career with the Broncos. I watched him play at the University of Minnesota, and their football team was bad. They were always behind in the 4th quarter, so the other team is always running, and nobody knew if he could rush the passer. Now, we're looking at Fosmark. They're going to have to throw it even more. He'll throw close to 50 times if they get enough possessions. This guy is going to play sick, and now he's going over to the left side.
Well, a critical 3rd down play here for Montana State. They'll send 3 receivers to the near side and 2 to the right. They'll empty the backfield. So Montana State just needs to give their defense a breather. Got away from trouble. Now he's got some room. It's a foot race to the near sideline. Oh, he goes upstairs and he gets the first down, and the ball trickles out of play.
How did he know?
My goodness.
Mitch, honestly, he's looking upfield. How did he know where the chains were? That is a great play. Fosmark almost had him in the backfield. Now watch Fosmark, 6 and 7, moves over to the left side this time. He knows that he's going to get a solid rush. Look at that inside move. Now he's chasing him down. Now he's still chasing him down. And you just wonder what makes a great athlete. And that's a great athlete. He had an idea where the chains were.
You said the wings fell off at 50,000 feet. I think Lule just put them back on. If that doesn't fire up your team, I'm not sure what will. Lule, 10 rushes now, 77 yards, and none tougher than those 8 right there. Wide open, catch made, and Javon Miller put his knee down. Oops. That wasn't that underthrown.
Somebody's got to cover him. Mike Kramer says, hey, you know what, that happens. If it's in the pros, you can get up and run, he says.
Yep, Miller just looks to the sideline, pats himself, says, my bad. However, he did pick up about 6 on that first down. At the end of the road. He had room to roam, you're right. 13:45 and ticking. Montana State trailing by a couple of scores. 5 receivers again. 3-man rush. Oh, boy, that was a post route that was in the middle of 3 purple jerseys.
That was a no-hoper. As simple as that. Here it is. Straight back out of the gun. He's looking all the way. And kind of telegraphs where he's throwing. He's lucky he wasn't picked off. That isn't going to work. Linebacker turns and runs to a spot. Remember when you used to do CSU games, Larry Kerr, linebackers did the best job of anybody I've ever seen, running to a spot instead of just backpedaling. That's what this guy did.
Montana State 3 of 9 on 3rd downs today. 3rd down and 4 here. Here comes the pressure. There goes the football. Gwynn makes another catch. He's had himself a pretty good day as his forward progress is spotted at the 34-yard line. Chaz Gwynn.
All right, there's a guy out of Fullerton Junior College when they had to have it. Gwynn delivers, and of course his teammate gave him a lot of room that time on the slant. Clock continues to run. 13:24. This game is not over. This guy will not quit. And when he played paratrooper for that first down, that gave you an indication.
37 yards receiving for Gwynn this afternoon. 1st and 10 from the 34. Takes the handoff. Down goes Lule, and guess who?
Oh, he's something. He really is something. He's very hard to handle. He gives you a swim technique. He'll bull rush you. He goes around the outside.
2nd sack of the day.
Well, Fosbuck, here it is. Look at him. This time, boy, he just comes around the outside, and he's so quick. These two have been meeting in the backfield a lot. 2nd and 13.
First game of the year for Fosmark to have more than 1 sack. He's got a couple, and you're getting double teamed all the time and held. That's kind of tough. No pressure this time. Gatewood on the slant route again, and that one a little tall, but certainly catchable. And Fosmark is down on the far side.
Yeah, he's limping a little bit. You got to make that play, though. I know the ball was a little off, but you got to make that play. Fosmark's in a lot of pain. Let's see where he gets hurt. Is it a knee or an ankle? Here he comes. Oh, he gets cut. And you hope it's an ankle, not a knee. There's a big difference.
All right, was that legal?
Yeah.
Technically?
Probably not. See if he can walk it off. They need him.
You don't want to see anybody lose their season like that.
Here goes.
Lule on the scramble. Trying to get to the 1st down marker on 3rd down and 14. He's going to come up a couple yards shy. You've got to be in 4-down territory, don't you?
Oh, yeah. USC is leading Arizona 35-21 in the 4th. I think that Mike Stoops is going to have a program if they'll stay with him.
USC might be pretty good someday, too. My goodness. They dodged their bullet last week. You just got that sense, didn't you?
Oh, yeah. All right, 4th down. You know it's going to be in the hands of Lule. Do you dare give it to the running back, or do you just have Lule run option? Different set, Mitch. We haven't seen this one.
Offset.
Oh, somebody moved.
Again, the purple shirts will point, and they're going to get the call this time.
Well, now you got to throw it. I really thought they were going to run option to the right side that time. Now you got to throw it.
I mean, I know there's no opportune time for a failure.
Snap. False start on the offense, number 74. 5-yard penalty, still 4th down.
But Montana State seems to be oh so close in this game to getting things on track, and then they do that.
Yeah, that just kills you. Don't want to pick on anybody, but Figueroa has done that twice now in sticky situation. All right, who do you throw to?
All I know is this: Fosmark is back on the field.
Well, that's good. That's good news.
Look at that.
Got to be a short 3-step drop.
And now they did it. They upset him.
Yeah, except he's lined up in the gun, so he's there already.
Here comes Fosmark. Double teamed again.
Stood on the line. He ought to run.
And he stays on his feet and gets the first down. Cuts to the outside. He may take it the distance. Touchdown, Montana State.
Is this guy good, or is this guy good?
He was in the mousetrap and got out.
11:02 left. Going for one is Mike Kramer, one of the great moves we've seen today. Watch Travis Lulay. Now, you tell me how he escapes. I'll tell you how. He's a gamer. He's a winner. He kept the drive going when he played paratrooper. There's no way he gets out of this. They're all around him. This is Michael Vick type stuff. That is a great play, and the extra point is right there.
31 yards of magic from Travis Lulay, and once again, Montana State down but not out. They trail by 7 with 11 minutes to go.
Talk to the experts at Inglewood Mortgage.
When it comes to a home loan, you can trust.
All right, here we go now. This is a crucial down here. Got to have it. Look at the coverage. There's the hole. There's the coverage. They weren't going to let Gatewood get loose. And here's what happened. The guy from little old Almsville, Oregon, you've all been there. He runs. He shakes. He bakes. He's got the ball in the correct hand on the left side. That is just a great effort. And all of a sudden, this game is not over. Remember, Weaver has missed 2 field goals.
Subway scoring summary, 10 plays, 69 yards. The Lulay show, thank you. 3:47 to do it. 31-yard run gives Lulay 100-plus yards rushing. The 3rd time in his quarterbacking career he's run for more than 100 in a single game.
Well, you know, you hate to say that it's a one-man gang, but this is a one-man gang. This guy is terrific.
It's also a one-score game.
There's the Poocher. You know, you can fair catch this if you want to.
Nah, that's no fun if you're a big guy, never gets a chance to return it. Fielded at the 30-yard line by Justin Schwartzbauer.
Just a reminder, Montana State was down there and botched a field goal on the snap. These guys had a nice day. Pizarro runs a club the way you ought to run it. Does what his coach wants him to do. The running game has been terrific with Hall.
How is this a 7-point game with things we've seen happen to Montana State?
It's easy. TL, Travis Lulay. He just doesn't quit, Mitch.
100 yards and penalties.
They say his brother looks just like him, too.
And that's their first offensive touchdown of the game.
Yeah.
And they're still within a score. And we should mention, these two teams have played every year since 1963. There has never been an overtime game. Zach Hall trying to make sure it doesn't happen tonight as he gets a 9-yard pop on first down.
Travis Hall off that left side. That's where they like to go, behind the McQuistons. And finally gets bumped out of bounds by Grenfell. He's had a bunch of tackles today.
Pat and Paul McQuiston, 6'6", 315, 6'6", 315. Both seniors. And both have the same mom, ironically.
There you go. Pat's probably the strongest guy on the team. The anchor is Paul.
2nd down and 1. Paul again, right up the gut. Surges forward to about the 45-yard line. That's a first down for Weber State.
Well, you know what Ron McBride would like to do? Just give him a steady diet of this guy. If you get 4 every carry, you don't give him back the football.
He's gotten a few breathers today from Havili, but I tell you, Zach Hall has carried the football a lot and has not even come close to turning it over. It's another issue in this game.
Remember when they recruited him, once again, out of the Denver area from Rangeview, one of the suburbs there. And that guy had a chance to be a pretty good running back. It's worked out.
First down and 10 at the 45-yard line for Weber State. The Wildcats give it to Hall again. Tries the right side, burst through the hole and down to the 45-yard line of Montana State.
Well, once again, running behind the McQuistons, and they won't throw the ball if this continues. Finally, King makes a tackle. Here it is. Watch the blocking now. They all reach for somebody. It's a stretch play. This guy's just had a great day. 2nd and short. If he wanted to take a shot, this would be the time. I don't think Ron McBride takes a shot here. I think he runs the football. This guy looks like he's getting tired, though.
20-plus carries. He had 18 in the first half. this drive continues in this manner, he may have 18 on this drive. There he is again. All inside the 40 on second and short. First down with a bunch to spare.
And those secondary guys are making all the tackles now. This tackle is made by number 9, Andre Fuller. The clock continues to run. Both teams full complement of timeouts. It'll be important.
Wow, Hall with 29 carries, 167 yards.
Well, he needs a good meal tonight.
Not a bad backup, huh?
Good idea, huh? That's right.
Maybe we'll take him with us to Dick Clark's favorite restaurant. First down at 10, ball at the 40. Hall again. Bounces away, can't get free this time. He'll lose a couple.
Yeah, boy, I tell you what, that wasn't going to happen. That's a good play by number 20, Ryan Force. Does a great job in the hole. Here it is. Watch Force. They really seal it down, and then Ryan with the hit. So now they're off schedule. What do you do now, Mitch? Do you come back and run the ball, or you take a shot and throw it?
I don't think I throw the football until I absolutely have to.
Well, let's see what Ron Hogg comes up with. He's going to throw it. Slant.
Oh, and that's why you don't throw it unless you absolutely have to. Yeah. Picked off by Montana State's Andre Fuller.
We have a football game. Most dangerous guy in the Big Sky.
That is almost identical to what we saw in the end zone against Montana State in the first half.
Looked like a safe slant, but
right on the numbers.
Yeah, and that's the ASCII play, and that's what you yell when the ball is tipped, and it was tipped. Right man, the right place.
Hey, what if Fuller doesn't slip there? We're tied already.
7:50 left.
Bend but don't break, and Montana State has done it again.
Find Fosmark. He's on the right side this time.
A chance to tie the football game up on this possession. Relay going for a pretty giant chunk of it. Murray down the field, makes the grab at the 28-yard line, down to the 25.
Hey, how good is that? Fake the inside handoff and throw the fly pattern.
Dead and buried.
Creighton on the coverage. Here it is. Fake their handoff to freeze somebody and then throw a fly. Boy, that ball was really thrown well. Creighton with the tackle. The ball is at the 26-yard line.
Murray, 6 catches, 100 yards, and suddenly everybody's numbers being spruced up for Montana State. Lulay, quarterback keeper, off the right side. One man to beat. Foot race to the corner. Upended at the 3-yard line. The football comes free. They'll say down by contact again.
Well, let me tell you something. He plays Larry Zonka here. He could have avoided him. He's going to run over him. Now, watch this guy. What a gamer this guy is.
Does the phrase reckless abandon come to mind?
Oh, he's just so good in the clutch. Got the ball in the left arm. That's not good.
Switch.
Now he switches. He could have run around him. He said, no, that's for cowards.
My goodness.
They're right there after that pick. 7:10 left. He's their leading rusher. He's their leading passer. He punts the ball.
And he's knocking on the door, threatening to tie the game up. And this was lopsided as lopsided could be 10 minutes ago. 6:55 to go. The give. Nothing doing there.
Fosmark with the hit.
For Evan Groves.
Groves a little guy, and you're running into some big folks with that play. 6:38 left in a one-possession game.
Well, Montana State has really struggled today in the red zone.
Yep.
3 trips, 2 INTs, and 1 botched field goal. But number 14 may change that trend right here. Second down, he'll keep it. The right side, he'll cut it back and nowhere to go that time.
I think they were trying to run option, and it just didn't get off the mark because they tried to go to a wide receiver, Brandon Roosevelt. Now look at this. It didn't look like they wanted to run option. He's looking at the 6 hole. That's a good job. That could have been piling up. All right, now look. What do you do if you don't get in here? They botched the field goal. Got to get it in Lay's hand.
Interesting, they ran it right at Fosmark on that last play.
Trips left. They usually go to the right when they have trips left. They're trying to fool you. See if they slant on the right side.
67's on that side. I'd go left. Fosmark almost had the sack. Lulay staying on his feet. Boy, the stack surged very close to the goal line.
Big decision. This is why Mike Kramer is the head coach and he makes the big bucks. Is he going field goal? He's going field goal. No, I don't know.
I don't see.
No, he only put in 2. I thought I saw his lips field goal. Here it is. Here's the play. He's so dangerous when he runs. Hard to bring down. He just keeps moving his feet.
Unbelievable.
He needs a half a yard.
I like the call already.
I think you got to do it.
You force them into first and 99. You got 3 timeouts if you don't get in.
If you run a sneak, you take the middle linebacker out of it.
I'm not sure I hand it off. Lulay.
There's a sneak. I don't know.
To the goal line.
I think he's in.
Waiting the official signal.
He's across the line, Mitch.
Let him unpile. Touchdown.
Well, you know, he just kept driving. He went off that right side. Going for 1. Last week he went for 2. They go off the right side, I believe, behind Figueroa. Let's see if sometimes they switch up, but this guy scrambled. Made all the difference in the world. Look at this now. Boy, that's a mass of humanity. Well, he's laying across the line, and that's what the official's looking for.
Now,
you know what we just say, oh boy, here we go again.
Well, Jeff Hastings has to convert the extra point to make this really interesting. Had a few problems today on kicking game. That one is up, and it is good, and we are tied just like that. 24-24, 4:41 to play in the contest. Who would have thunk it? Not me, but we've got ourselves a barn burner. Come on back for the finish.
Hi, I'm Kyle Keefe, host of Altitudes Around the Town. We're going to check out some of Denver's most popular attractions, and we'll drop in on Hollywood's biggest stars.
Now get ready, the show's about to start.
With new episodes every Wednesday at 5, only on Altitude.
The NBA is coming to Missoula Monday, October 24th with a 7:30 tip-off. Former UM head coach Mike Montgomery brings his Golden State Warriors to the Adams Center to take on the LA Clippers. Tickets are on sale at all GrizzTix locations and at the Adams Center. Not good enough? Bresnan will give you a second general admission ticket absolutely free. Just bring your Bresnan billing statement to the Adams Center, buy 1 ticket, and Bresnan will give you a second ticket free. This is your chance to catch all the action of the NBA because they're coming to you.
Find exactly the new car you're looking for. Search actual inventories across the U.S. or within a few miles. Online at vx.com. Roadmap to the automotive world.
This is Altitude Sports and Entertainment.
Big Sky Football on Altitude Sports and Entertainment is brought to you by Taco Bell, open until 1 a.m. or later, and by King Soopers. Our people make the difference. Right now, Travis Lulay is making the difference. Making dinner reservations for this evening. I'm thinking he's talking to the folks upstairs, and they're telling him, yeah, keep doing that.
The last 2 rushing touchdowns belong to him.
Big kick return here with 4:41 to go. We are tied at 24. The return is on for Weber State. Decent return out to the 23-yard line goes Bryant and Tuwate. Down 14 points a few moments ago. Mr. Lulay with 2 runs, a 31-yard keeper and a 1-yard plunge to even this up.
Well, we've got to take a look at this guy. He's really been something. Now this is on the other side of it. This guy's been terrific. This is Hall. Hall is rushed for well over 100 yards. He gets the ball in the first carry.
Back to live action, and change up here for Weber State as Havili gets the carry. He'll run to the near side and get about 5, maybe a hair more on first down.
So here's the story with 4:20 left. Weber with a second and about 3. They're right on schedule.
Herb, this is deja vu right now for both teams. Again, last year, Weber State leading 17-0 in the second half. 17-point lead disappeared with a field goal in the final 30 seconds to lose. This year, up 24-10 in the fourth quarter. And they find themselves all even with 3:55 to go. Havili, the carry. The power back gets it across the 30.
So he's about 1.5 yards short. If I'm Ron McBride, I'm thinking, I don't want to score too quick. I don't want to let that redheaded kid get the ball.
So Ron McBride yesterday talking to him was repeatedly talking about how great his defense has been in the fourth quarter this year. Pizarro, by the way, in the second half are 1 of 5 with 1 interception.
Yeah, they've been running the football, trying to eat the clock up, and the Pitt just turned this around, and then Lulay took over.
His 22nd career rushing touchdown for Travis Lulay.
This should be Hall.
Big play here, third down.
Oh,
not gonna happen.
Hey, let's give
Hall
credit.
hit the wall, and he is well shy of a first down.
Guess who? Marudas. Who else?
The pride of Bozeman rising to the occasion.
This is a big play, boys. Hall has had his way today. Not this time. Marudas comes loose, unblocked. One more time. You know, he's really had his way. I think that's the only time he's been stopped for a loss. 2:42 left. Guess who's going to get the ball back? Lulay.
Murray back deep for the return at his own 32. First priority for Weber. Good snap. Mission accomplished. Kick away. End over end boot. Murray on the dead run with a head of steam. Turns the corner across midfield. Stepping through traffic. Gets it down to the 44-yard line of Weber State. Well, Montana State almost dead and buried, but not anymore. 2:20 to go. They've got a chance to win it.
The new Subaru Forester is the only small SUV to earn the highest ratings in all crash tests.
And it has better fuel economy than a comparable Honda CR-V or Toyota RAV4.
It's no wonder the Subaru Forester was named Best Small SUV by Car and Driver in 2004 and 2005.
The new Subaru Forester. It's got everyone talking. Think, feel, drive Subaru.
Check out the fuel-efficient 2006 Subaru Forester starting around $21 grand after $1,000 customer cash savings.
I think his experience and savvy is probably more important than his physical attributes. He's not clock fast, but he's very fast with the ball in his hands. And while he doesn't necessarily have the kind of arm that just makes you sit down in your seat and go, wow, he can throw a lot of precise throws, and he can throw all types of passes very well, but his brain functions. And when a quarterback's brain functions, you got an opportunity to win all the time.
Mike Kramer on Travis Lulay.
He looks like Charlton Heston.
I love that devious look, but his brain functions.
Look out, he's got some room. No,
his legs and feet and arms function pretty well too. No gain on first down for Montana State. Spectacular field position with 2 minutes to go at the 44-yard line of Weber.
Big sky score in the first period. Eastern Washington leading Northern Arizona 14-0. Final, TCU stays unbeaten in the Mountain West. They beat Wyoming 28-14.
And Air Force today, losing to Navy.
Yeah, Navy's, that's 3 in a row for Navy over Air Force.
Each team with 3 timeouts, their full complement with 1:44 to go. Montana State, play clock down to 5. Lulay stepping under center. Game clock down to $1:35. Lulay looking to throw. Going for the whole ball of wax. Murray can't get to it.
Let that baby go pretty good, though, didn't he?
Only one guy was going to catch that. If he didn't, nobody was.
Yeah. One more time, Lulay with a 2nd and long goes for the big bomb. Now you want to keep this drive going. You got to hit a first down. All they need is a field goal here with 1:31 left to take the lead and possibly wrap this thing up.
Remember what Mike Kramer said at the half? Rick Gatewood had a tough first half. We're going to go to him a whole bunch in the second.
Yeah.
Really haven't had that opportunity. Credit Weaver's defense, but Gatewood is always a threat in 3rd and long. Lulay sets his squad out of the shotgun. Looking to throw. Gets it away. Ooh, threw it down the middle. In the neighborhood was Justin Dominic, but nobody else. And punt time for Montana State.
Well, that's a big surprise, Mitch. I really thought they'd take it down and give him a field goal chance here. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, he's covered. Was it tipped?
I don't think so.
That might be holding in some leagues.
Most.
All right, now this guy is dangerous, people. If you haven't seen him, sometimes he punts, sometimes he doesn't. My guess is, well, you got to punt him. I'm trying to go overtime.
Excuse me, Etuate back deep now for Weaver. Now 4th and 10 from midfield, and 1:26 to go. There's the punt. Line drive, and they're just going to let it go, and it's going to find the end zone. The touchback will give Weaver 1st and 10 from their 20 with 1:21 to play.
All right, do you play it safe? You know, near the end of the first half, well, I wouldn't either. The end of the first half, Ron McBride put a little stop and go on. The big thing is make sure you don't get a pick here.
There's always that risk, but I'm fine with Weaver. I'm thinking what happened last year when you wasted a 17-0 lead and you lost in the last minute with a field goal. Payback can be pretty sweet sometimes.
The loser of this game is going to say, you know, we had this and we didn't do it. You know, we had that and we didn't do it.
Yeah, of course, McBride remembers what happened last year. He was not here. I'm sure he's watched the game tape. Pizarro to Hall. Hall following the stack over the left side. He'll pick up about 5 on 1st down. Clock continues to run.
One of the big plays in this game is Hall on 3rd down was thrown for a yard loss on the last possession.
Pizarro unhappy right now. He wants to play, and the clock continues to run.
Well, he wants it, and they're messing around.
My goodness.
And they got 3 timeouts left. Looks to me like they're playing for OT.
12, 8 to go. We've now had 20 seconds since the last play come off the clock. Down to about 45 seconds. Pizarro, interesting. We'll give it to Hall again. Gets a good block, gets to the outside. They lose another tackle, stays on his feet, and runs out of bounds at the 31 after getting the 1st down. This reminds me of the last drive of the 1st half.
Yeah. Well, you take the shot now, a little stop and go. I think they'll be a little smarter on defense on this one. Both coaches thinking what they're going to call an OT because that's what it looks like.
Ron McBride, very sedate on the sidelines. Mike Kramer doing a little pacing.
Montana is leading Idaho State 12-10 at the half. Remember, Montana State won their conference game last week. Weaver lost.
Jackson and Norman wide to the far side. Pizarro, the handoff again. Down he goes at the 30-yard line. The clock continues to run, and now we're going to have a timeout. Is it Weaver or Montana State?
Called it right away. They called it immediately after really wasting a lot of time.
Curious. We'll take a timeout, too. Going down to the wire in Ogden. 31 seconds to play. 24 for the Wildcats, 24 for the Bobcats.
Does the thought of bugling bulls, monster bucks, and fighting trout get your heart pumping? Does your life revolve around hunting or fishing? Does getting paid to hunt and fish sound like your dream job? The Colorado Outdoor Adventure Guide School can make you a better hunter, fisherman, outdoorsman, and make your dreams come true. Our expert instructors will teach you horsemanship, guiding, hacking, wilderness survival, all the necessary tools to make your dreams a reality. Call us at 800-714-4864 or look us up on the internet at guideschool.com.
Hi, I'm Jerome Jurenovich.
And I'm Scott Hastings.
This season, the Altitude Summit tackles the gridiron, from the colleges all the way to the pros. My show sits down to discuss the latest college news from our region as well as around the country.
We're going to talk about some of your favorite NFL teams, including the Denver Broncos.
Don't forget to catch the Gridiron Pro Edition or the Gridiron College Edition on Thursdays, right here on Altitude.
You want to watch my show on Tuesday?
No. You want to watch my show. Come on, college football, pageantry, tradition, those great mascots.
How about this?
Second and 12 for Weber State. 33 seconds on the regulation clock. The give to Zach Hall. Tripped up as he tried the left side. Maybe gained one as he flipped over, and he is still down.
Yeah, I'm not sure you'll see him in the OT.
And now Montana State will take a timeout as they're now looking at 3rd down and 11 possibly for Weber.
Well, they'll take one right out if they stop him. Yeah, let's see if Hall's going to be all right.
Yeah, he just went down awkwardly.
Yeah. Mitch, I got him with 2 timeouts left.
Yeah, they've each taken one here now in the last couple of minutes, so I think they both have 2. You're right.
Yeah, Mike Kramer would love to get him 4th down. He would take a shot at blocking it over the punt return. And Hall's getting a nice hand as it comes off.
He's had a big day. Look at those numbers. 4.9 yards a carry. But this is a pivotal play in the rest of this regulation period.
What do you do in OT if you win the coin flip? You play defense first, don't you? See what...
I would think, yeah. Know what you got to get. Well, 27 seconds left on the clock. Won't start till the snap of the ball. So, Alvili is back in the game, the running back spot. Pizarro sets his squad. 2 tights, 2 wides. Give, fake, going for the whole ball of wax down the far sideline. Intercepted by Montana State.
He ought to get out of bounds.
40, 45, midfield, still on his feet, picking his way through traffic. And down he finally goes at the 40-yard line of Weber with 10 seconds to play.
Used a lot of time, about 17 seconds. With 2 timeouts left, Lele can throw a couple and stop the clock.
Toff Grenfell with the INT.
Now here it is. That's a 2nd pick for Montana State. They try and go deep, and Grenfell playing free safety, little robber.
Watching the assistant coach in the background there.
Oh, yeah. All right, now you got a real pro at quarterback. You hit one and call the timeout suddenly. You hit another one, call the timeout suddenly. See if you got enough time.
Jeff Hastings, by the way, the field goal kicker for Montana State, his career long is 42, which means they'd have to pick up about 10 yards to give him a shot realistically. 2 timeouts, plenty of time. Slant route, catch made. Murray down to the 21-yard line. Clock will stop to move the chains, but a timeout with 4 seconds to go. And now it's really deja vu all over again.
Here comes the kicker. You can't fool around.
What an unbelievable 4th quarter.
And Mitch, that was a terrific throw and catch.
And that man has done most of the damage.
All right, here it is. Boy, and he just stands in there, bam. Right there, you're thinking timeout. He was running down the field, signaling timeout right away. You can't horse around now. Time will run out if you throw the ball. You're not going to do any good to take 2 seconds off the clock. There they are. There's a bunch of kids together. You think they're in the school spirit involved?
Well, they've got new rules. It's a brand new season, and we've got a brand new television network. Hockey is back, and it's right here on Altitude. Catch all the action tonight when the Avs take on the Dallas Stars. It all begins at 5:30 with the face-off pregame show only on Altitude.
Snap comes from the 22, 7 yards back, add 10. And you know what has to be done.
39 yards for Jeff Hastings. Different field goal kicker last year. E.J. Cochran won it in the final 30 seconds. They've come from 14 down, and now Weber's going to put a little freeze on the kicker. College football is incredibly unpredictable, which makes it incredibly entertaining.
Well, I'm looking down at the Weber bench, and they're down. I mean, if this kick is missed, they got to get back up, Mitch, because they're down. Look at the kids in front of us.
They're looking for a stay of execution right now, and overtime with a chance to redeem themselves. And again, after such a tough loss a week ago to the best team, Montana, 24-19, with multiple opportunities, 2 in a row would be very difficult to handle. Jeff Hastings for Montana State.
Boy, Montana's brought a lot of people here.
Hastings, 6 of 8 coming into today. From 30 to 39, he is 2 of 2 on the season.
Noticed over on the sideline, they stay away from him. They don't even talk to him.
Again, the ball at the 22, which means the spot will be at the 29. Hastings will have to navigate 39 yards and split the uprights to deliver Montana State's victory. Ball game right here. And McBride will go back-to-back with the timeouts. So freeze and freeze.
Now watch, Hastings will walk over. They won't even talk to him. They don't even give him the time of day.
It's like a pitcher throwing a no-hitter.
And that's the truth.
So, and again, in case you've just joined us, let's have a little flashback here. Last year, Montana State trailed 17-0, and then they began their comeback after Weber had put all those points on the board and had that big lead at the half. And then in the second half, Mr. Lulay and Mr. Dominic started to turn things loose. Lulay tied the game late. They got the football back, and then E.J. Cochran had the weight of the game resting on his toe, and the left footer delivered, splitting the uprights to give Montana State a last-second victory. This all sounds familiar. It kind of should. Montana State trailing 24-10 in the fourth has come all the way back to get even, and they've got a chance for another last-second win in Ogden. Here we go. Jeff Hastings awaits the snap. Kick is down, kick is up, kick is on the way. The kick is good! And Montana State has done it again at the buzzer. The Bobcats prevail over Weber State 27-24.
It was a low-line drive. It doesn't matter how, it's how many. I tell you, it's a great win for Montana State. Being down 14. It looked like the game is over, Mitch.
Mike Kramer talking things over with his coordinator, and let's take a look at the game winner from Mr. Hastings.
Well, once again, you didn't know if he had enough distance because it was so low, but it's straight. It's true. When you look at Ron McBride, and boy, I tell you, he says, wow. This is tougher than I thought.
You can be around as a long time as a head coach, and that still never will ever feel good.
I'll tell you, Mitch, who once again, you don't get any credit, but I'll tell you, did a great job as a whole. There's a high snap, and Rick Kopak, the backup quarterback, gets the football down and lets him kick the field goal.
Montana State 0-2 on the road, picks up his first road win of the year in cardiac fashion. 27-24 the final. Montana State over Weber. We'll be back to wrap it up in just a moment.
Employee pricing is all. Save time, shop online at factoryfords.com. Select from one of Denver's largest inventories, find out just how much Ford family pricing will save you, and do it without leaving your home or office at factoryfords.com. Shopping at factoryfords.com, a division of Siltar Ford, associates you with the only 10-time winner of Ford Motor Company's President's Award for exceptional customer satisfaction. Don't wait. Inventory. Check out factoryfords.com today.
Hi, I'm Kyle Keefe, host of Altitudes Around the Town. As your mile-high tour guide, we're going to check out some of Denver's most popular attractions. And we'll drop in on Hollywood's biggest stars and check out their latest blockbusters.
Didn't feel like I was getting enough attention. I'm gonna borrow this.
I like where your head's at. Now get ready. The show's about to start.
So join me on Around the Town where we've got you covered. With new episodes every Wednesday at 5, only on Altitude.
The NHL's most triumphant team is celebrating 10 dominating seasons of hockey only at one place. Altitude Sports and Entertainment. Broadcasting over 40 games in crystal clear high definition, Altitude is revolutionizing the way your ads are watched. So every mind-numbing hit and unforgettable game winner can't be missed. Joe Sakic in Colorado take on Mike Modano in Dallas. Avs Stars tonight at 6 after Avalanche face-off.
Celebrate a decade of great mile-high hockey with your own Colorado Avalanche season tickets. A limited number of Colorado Avalanche season tickets are on sale now, and it's your chance to see some of the biggest names in the game. Joe Sakic, Rob Blake, Milan Hejduk, Alex Tanguay, David Abisher, and more. Call 303-405-1212 or visit ColoradoAvalanche.com for information on special season ticket holder benefits. Colorado Avalanche season tickets. Call 303-405-1212 today.
Back for the final time in Ogden, Utah. Travis Lulay celebrates, and for good reason. His team trailing 24-10 in the fourth quarter. He scores twice on spectacular runs, and then the game was decided in the final minute. Weber State with the football decided to go for the whole ball of wax, and Tom Grenfell comes up with a big pick for Montana State. They get it back to midfield. They work the football down to about the 22-yard line following the interception, and then it all comes down to the right foot of Jeff Hastings. And Hastings, who was 6 for 8 coming into today, does not disappoint the folks in Bozeman. He knew it as soon as he hit it, and Montana State has itself a scintillating 27-24 win over Weber State as they move to 4-2. More importantly, they are 2-0 in Big Sky play.
Well, they made the plays. They really did make the plays, and of course, you can't say enough for Lulay, but they also dug in on defense when they had to. It was a terrific comeback win, and a lot of people from Bozeman came down here to see it. Big disappointment for Weber. That's 2 weeks in a row where they thought they had one.
Yep, Ron McBride's squad in his first year falls to 2-4, 1-2 in the Big Sky. And there's some of the Montana State faithful that drove 6 hours by bus to get here and watch what was a tremendously entertaining football game. So for my partner, Herb Brown, I'm Mitch Heider saying so long from Stewart Stadium. Final score 27-24, Montana State. Please be sure to join us for our next Big Sky football telecast, Cats versus Grizz, when Montana takes on Montana State on November the 19th. Our coverage begins at high noon. This has been a presentation of Altitude Sports and Entertainment. Transmission facilities provided by HTN. Stay tuned. Coming up next on Altitude, the Colorado Avalanche season preview.
Big, strong safety at 6'4", 215. So he gives him some size back there in that secondary. He's covering those tight ends.
Looks to be just enough. Yep, first down. So the Bobcats move the chains at the 35.
About 2 follicles there, and I would know the importance of that. So about all they needed.
Just enough to keep this drive going, and well, they can use it right now, trailing 14-3. Bobcats have looked good on offense, Dean, in their opening possession, going down and getting the field goal.
Well, they're giving Lulay time.